I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
What up? We are in the building. It is opening day in Major League Baseball. We got the Sweet 16 hitting today as well. And who knows why, Major League Baseball, did you think it was smart to have opening day today when you know you had Google's calendar on your damn phones? Who the hell thought that was smart? We're going to dive into that as well. Sweet 16 tips off tonight. Some good matchups tonight and tomorrow. We'll get into that. Steve Kim joins us. It is Truth Telling Thursday, along with Texas Southern head football coach, NFL lockdown legend Chris Dishman joins the show as well in the third hour. So we got a loaded lineup today. All things real on the realest show on planet Earth, powered by BetUS TV, as you see right there on the top of your screen. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. We got a loaded lineup, man. Loaded topics and taking shots, which I might be doing as the show goes on, because this right here is interesting, to say the very least. And if you're not intrigued by Pat and the boys having LeBron in studio sitting down, then I don't believe you're really in tune to what's going on around you. Because Pat McAfee and LeBron James had LeBron James on his show with the boys. And I want to simply shout out Pat and the boys for becoming something only Stephen A. Smith could dream of becoming. And that is being authentic, which has allowed for mostly an authentic audience, all authentic audience and following, which back him and the boys 1,000% when it comes to being this gray area media personality, which Pat is, let's just be honest, which doesn't rub anyone wrong directly, but indirectly, Pat is on another level, which is quite fascinating to watch, to be quite honest. If you're not a huge LeBron guy or fan like myself, like Smitty, like a lot of us, you can't do anything but say after this Pat McAfee interview that he clearly has another side, which I think some people knew that, but a lot of you don't realize that there's a more down-to-earth, free-speaking human that you don't get to see. Now, do I like LeBron after the McAfee interview? No, not much better. But my point is, you can clearly see that he is more of a real cat who is such a global icon. Maybe, just maybe, he is the way he is because of who he has become. This is all Pat McAfee, though. Make no mistake about it. Only Pat can make a guy who is so reserved when it comes to letting the general public in his life allow and show the world that he is a more genuine dude who can kick it at the barbershop or in the bar with you. Only Pat can do that with an icon like LeBron James. Pat does this, mind you. This is the intriguing part and fascinating part to me. Pat does all of this on a network who clearly has Stephen A. Smith, who has gone on a tour to explain himself like a straight female does. And he got called out on the same very network, ESPN, on the McAfee show, which is on ESPN. It is truly remarkable to watch. Now, having said all of that, make no mistake about it, Pat McAfee is a fan of LeBron, but he didn't have LeBron on his show for shits and giggles, people. He had him on once again indirectly showing ESPN, who he currently works for, how powerful he truly is and how Stephen A. Smith lives in his world, in his space, even after the $100 million deal he just signed, which, by the way, is a drop in the bucket to Pat McAfee. This was a clear shot at Stephen A. Smith, at ESPN brass, and could have been a simple fuck you as he exits stage left. Because make no mistake about it, Pat don't need ESPN, and they clearly need him. But what do I know? We're going to dive into it, man. My main man, Far East Sider, 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports very own. My main man, Big Smitty, joins the show.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? I cannot wait for today's show. Twitter's been going crazy. Instagram's been going crazy. LeBron James on somebody else's show. You don't see that happen. Shout out to Pat McAfee, and we're going to talk about everything from that interview. But we here right now. What's today? Thursday? It's Thursday. We got Bailey in the background, and we wouldn't be us without Jesse Loon, Quinn, Brian Roach, Jordan Scott, Monty, Giovanni Nico, Simo, Brian Case, and Jared M. Shout out to y'all, man. What's going on, Jason? How
Never
you
heard
doing?
of them. Never heard of those guys.
All new members.
I want to mention Brian Case, Brandon Hood, Ron with the sniper on the grassy knoll, Jordan Scott, all the old school, Joe Accord,
KCBD,
Brian Case, KCBD, bitch ass, D Jones, you know what I'm saying? Vincent Conrad, all the OGs. And then, of course, Lucy, Gawk, Mark, and Lock, and then all the Balkmees and the Vokmees and all them, man. All them real ones, man. Hectors and all the OGs, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Jay Selly.
Who?
Jay Selly. These are all my new members who joined us, who all support me. So
yeah, I don't know them. Yeah, I don't know them.
All the old heads, like they're already like tied to you. There's nothing I can do about it. So the new people, I can bring them on my side. They have a clear mind. They're neutral, and they pick the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Are they black or white?
Everything, homie. I'm a chameleon, homie. Black, white, yellow, green, brown, pink, all that. I'm a chameleon, homie.
There's a lot of places you can't go. I can go anywhere.
I can literally go anywhere. I've been everywhere.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
You can't be with the higher up stuff. Like you can go any hood. I'll give you that. Well, you can go to most hoods, but you don't know how to flip it and be with the corporate America. You don't.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm too real.
You don't.
I can't handle corporate America because that's fake. It's a fake place. Here's the thing, Smitty. I gotta be honest. Like that whole Pat McAfee thing, it's a difference between like a real authentic cat and then a fake place like ESPN. And I wanted to call it taking shots, Smitty, for so many ways. Of course, LeBron taking shots, hits the buzzer beater last night after the interview aired. In Naptown, in Indianapolis, at Pat's studio. And then obviously taking shots because he took shots at a lot of people, not just Stephen A., but Windhorst and all these ESPN people on an ESPN show, which ESPN this morning is showing clips of it on ESPN. There's no more fascinating media personality or let me say it like I don't know if anyone else can actually do that and be and get a guy to actually open up, especially on their own network where you have to like where Stephen A is like the figurehead of, and now it's kind of was a man. I don't know. I want to get your take before we start because it's kind of like one of the first times you've ever really seen anything like this.
No, it's definitely a one of a kind situation. It's because Patrick McAfee is a one of a kind TV personality and have a one of a kind show because his show is different than any other show that's been on a network. Typically, a show from whether it's on ESPN, Fox, whatever, CBS, whatever, it's a show that was created within the network that the higher ups and the talent got together and put out ideas and created the show in-house and produced directly from there. When that happens, there's going to be different rules and certain strings you can't pull, etc. Pat McAfee had a successful show as a standalone without any backing besides his own money from his pocket and then obviously later on brands. So ESPN saw that success and was like, we want that on our network. So it's like, all right, cool. If I'm Pat McAfee, I'm like, that's cool. First of all, pay me. But number two, it's still my show. It's going to be how I want it. I'm going to talk reckless how I want to. I'm going to have who I want on there. So it's a very unique situation because to your point, JB, this don't happen. Talent don't talk about other talent on the same network, number one. Number two, they definitely don't have like a guest come on and have them diss their coworkers, their teammates. That just don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's intriguing. And it's something that's very unique. Now, Stephen A, I did see a clip of him saying that he's not mad at Pat McAfee at all, and he said McAfee did nothing wrong. Is exactly what he said.
That's crazy to say that because, like, if you don't see through the optics that Pat did this, in my opinion, it's my gut instinct. I felt it right when I watched it, or when I was just watching it as background noise, like doing shit in here after our show ends. I'm like, if this ain't a big ass shit sandwich to Stephen A, dog, it screams like I can do whatever I want, and it's like perfect timing after the $100 million signing that like you wanted to up me in salary at this network so bad that really pushed it. Like Stephen A really pushed it like for a year. Remember that whole discussion for his salary and his re-signing was so pushed out. He might have left. Remember he was going to leave and all this stuff. And McAfee's like, you crazy? $100 million I make in like 3 months here on you. like the $100 million is like a drop in the bucket to Pat. And I don't think people really realize that the ESPN money that Pat gets is like beer money, homie. Like it's crazy to say that, but it's true. Like, and I just happen to be a guy that knows a little bit of like the numbers on the inside on his side of YouTube and everything else, which I'll never say. But like, I've talked to Smitty and just the simple math of certain things is staggering. Like it's crazy. Stephen A is now getting into space on YouTube and his own show, but LeBron showed you another side that he can actually be more of a real barbershop banter homie in the hood than a lot of cats probably thought he was.
And let me say this real quick to that point. You know,
iconic.
I had the privilege to like cover games before the pandemic here in LA. I would go to Chargers games, Rams games, Lakers games, and Clippers games, which means I would be in the locker room after the games. But you know, with my mics, with our phones, interviewing guys, asking questions, and before you actually get them on camera, they're just the guys in the locker room. And LeBron was one of the guys that, you know, he's talking like how we talk. Let me say that. You know, like the way we would be in the locker room, saying what we saying, music blasting, laughing, joking about certain stuff. Like LeBron was just a regular everyday guy. I just think that, he understands what his brand is and how much power he has. So when you're on camera, you do kind of got to like think about what you're saying and how you say it. Because every little thing you say, being LeBron James, the media, which we're in the media now as well, we're going to twist and turn and try to dissect it in any way that we want to. So like, I get it. Like to that point, I'm not actually like mad. I'm not, that's maybe we disagree on that side. I understand being LeBron, being that big, why you got to kind of be careful on what you say, especially with all the brands attached to him and the money that he's making. But LeBron, like, I've been knowing, just being in the locker room, LeBron talk just like everybody else talk. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. He's a regular old dude in the locker room.
just like Kobe was. A lot of people that don't know that. Here's the only issue to your point that I fight back on. Like, be your real self on the show, and it showed another side of you. A lot of people got to see it, and it's cool. And everyone's like, damn, LeBron's a different cat. You show that side, but then when you do actually come out and show some authenticity that you're going to be this guy, like you just said, he's a normal guy, blah, blah, blah. But he only comes out as that guy when it comes to politics, and that's why I believe he gets so much hate. That's why so many people don't like him, because of all the bullshit that came out, the China and all the shit, and then what he stands side of the fence he stands on. That's the hate. I get hated on from certain people. You get hated on certain. Everyone has a hate side.
Yeah.
My only thing is when I come out, I don't care what I say about what it is. He picks and chooses. I wish he didn't, just because if you're gonna be this way on Pat, fucking let it out, homie. Be that way about everything. Because clearly you're a real cat. Everyone saw you being a real different dude, like a different human here. This is a real person that can sit down, take a shot of a whiskey with you at the bar, and then get an edge up at the barbershop and talk shit. But then you go on this other side, and that's just the part I don't like. I still, at the end of the day, Smitty, think he could have sat down privately with Stephen A. Smith. But I also don't respect Stephen A. Smith, so I could give a shit less what LeBron did. I actually thought it was hilarious, and I'm glad he pressed him. That's just me being the athlete side. On the athlete side, I'll always be on the athlete and the coach's side over the media side, even though we are now in some sort of media space. I was like, hey, you know what? I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. But McAfee clearly brought out another side where I think he gained some fan base because it's clearly though because of Pat McAfee and what he did, the anomaly that he is. That's
LeBron. I'm trying to think back. I don't recall LeBron really going on no major shows in his career. It's 22 years. Now he's been on some like local, like not K-Cal, but like the Lakers have like their own little post game show. That's different. But like on some major like first day, like he ain't never been on no show. So the fact that McAfee got him, like I had to refresh my feed. I thought it was like an AI at first. I'm like, LeBron on the McAfee show.
And you're cussing?
Yeah, all that.
Like he, fuck, shit, just casual, real banter. And
that's how he talk in the locker room, though. He cuss a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like real humans do. Yeah, not the ones that say they part of the Bible and all that. But anyway, let's dive into
shot at CJ Stroud. Wow.
Huh?
Shot at CJ Stroud. That's insane.
Not his shot at you. Don't throw that out there.
I'm taking shots today.
I'll text you right now, but we're taking shots because now the only thing I wish McAfee would have asked was like, is the baby oil real and are the bottles missing? You know what I'm saying? I wish Pat would have asked those things because Pat is gray area. You know what I'm saying? He's never going to ruffle feathers directly, but indirectly, homie. He's like you, like when you throw these little jabs, like he's very good at indirectly taking shots at his own network, his own brass, his own colleagues, homie. Yeah. Like dog, like Stephen A's been on his show. Windhorst has been on his show. Like these motherfuckers on his show, and they gotta be the maddest cats in there. They gotta be like, fuck that, baby. I gotta go on his show because obligations ESPN makes us go on his show, and I gotta go on that motherfucking show. And he got LeBron talking shit about us. Like, homie, it's an anomaly. I'm gonna be honest. It's an absolute zebra of an interview and a zebra in the wild right now. We're watching a cat unicorn that we've never seen in this space, and you never see it both ways. And he's basically saying, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" He's literally saved the numbers, the viewership, and everything in that network. Everything he's saved. They clearly need him, or they wouldn't have let this dude cuss from the jump. They wouldn't let him have a show on that's on twice. Like it airs on his channel on YouTube, then it comes on live on ESPN because of the cussing part, an hour delay. Like, come on, dog. Like, who gets that? Like, I'm just saying, a lot of going on, man. But let's dive into the quote of the day, Smitty, and get back to this because this is going to be a topic of discussion. And I kind of catered my quote of the day and my contrary to belief kind of towards this topic.
Okay.
In a way, it's an indirect way to be direct. And Pat McAfee covers his ass and covers his brand, just like Smitty said LeBron has done. So listen, kudos to them for doing it their way, man, and it works, obviously. So I'll never say anything in a negative light about Pat and the boys. The shit's working. Let me just say, working at a staggering rate that
at a high level.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people thought that it would work in. Quote of the day brought to you by BetUS TV. Head on over there today. Smitty, stay away from people who ignore you until they need you. Stay away from them. Stay away from people who ignore you until they need you, man. I've eliminated so many folks in my circle because they only came around when they needed something, and can't fuck with that.
That's real, man. Yeah, because they're just using you basically. That's it. Like they only hit you up when they need something. That's it. They don't care about your well-being. Care if you're healthy, how your family doing, anything else about you. So again, I'm not gonna rank that one, but that's just some real knowledge that I think we all should know. And a lot of us probably did know that, but it's good to have a reminder. I know Robo Mojo, he loves that. D Jones loves that specifically. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. You didn't know nothing about that, but contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use our promo code CoachJB as the Sweet 16 starts tonight. Major League Baseball. You can get all your DFS in on Prize Picks tonight. A lot going on. NBA, Major League Baseball, opening day. The Doyers are defending champs who are going to be on the defense starting today against the Detroit Tigers. And, of course, the Sweet 16 tips off tonight, 7:07 Eastern, I believe. Contrary to belief, Smitty, actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be.
Let that marinate.
Actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. That's why I don't say sorry. That's why I'm the guy I am. That's why you are what you do, not what you say you do. I'm tired of people talking about this is who I am and want to be and blah, 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 and then go out and rob McDonald's. Shut the fuck up. You are who you are, not who you say you are, homie. Actions prove who you are, not the fucking words you pretend to be.
That's true.
I'm just telling you.
That's real right there. I see people in the chat saying that's top 5. I see top 10. I don't rank it that high, but I like it a lot. Actions over words, homie.
You haven't voted.
What do you do? Don't tell me what you do. What'd you say, homie?
You haven't voted on either one of them today. So
I mean, they're not ranked.
They're
not ranked. It's getting harder to rank them now because you said so much greatness. It's a compliment to you.
Appreciate that. Let's dive into the poll question real quick to get back to this LeBron topic. Why, Smitty, would the Major League Baseball higher ups and execs think this was smart? Let me wrap that up into the poll question. Why would Major League Baseball have opening day at the start of the Sweet 16? Smitty, that's what's happening here. I don't understand why they don't have. Do they not have Google Calendar on their phones anymore? I thought they did. I thought the commissioner, who's one of the worst in the history of commissioning, has absolutely fucking dropped the ball again when it comes to viewership, when it comes to all these things. Why would you start your opening day on the Sweet 16? I'm sure, seriously, like, you couldn't have waited or started maybe just yesterday would have been a better day. Like, why baseball doesn't have its own, like, they should have their own thing opening day, no? Especially the Dodgers, who are the defending champs, and ring ceremony day is tomorrow, Smitty, right in the middle of the second half of the Sweet 16. Like, this, it doesn't make sense to me.
I would love to have someone in, like, to actually get the real answer of how scheduling works, because I'm sure there's just certain processes and certain things, and there's protocol, and there's reasons behind everything, like of how they do stuff. And I hear what you're saying. Like, from a fan standpoint, it sounds like, all right, just move it one day, and maybe they could. I don't know the flexibility that they have, but to me, it's different audiences. At the end of the day, like, I don't think that the people who are so into March Madness, to me, are going to be necessarily the same people who are so into the MLB opening day. Like me, like opening day's cool, whatever. I might flick on the channel, see what's going on, but I don't care too much. I'm gonna be tuned into March Madness. That's just who I am. You know, where there are some like big time baseball fans, they don't give two F's about March Madness. They're gonna be watching the MLB. So I just think it's two different audiences. They're still gonna get their numbers. I don't think it's gonna really be that big of a deal. And their games start in like a couple hours. Like so, like a lot of their games won't even be affected by March Madness. Now there's some on the later end, of course, but the first like 5 games is like noon and 1 p.m. and March Madness don't start till I think 4 o'clock Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken. So
great, I got a text us now from one of our guys that help us get guests who's been in that network for a long time or been in this space for 40 years. He said it's basically driven by the corporate conglomerate that airs commercials.
Got you.
So the commercial guys want you to sit at home, basically what I'm reading, and change the channel.
Back and forth.
And switch the channels so they can get the commercial reads and ads, and you can go through multiple different channels to get different things. So he said that's really what it is. It's again, back to money. So they're going to put on as many sports as you can in one day. They said that if they could, they would put the Super Bowl on the same day as the fucking NBA Finals and NHL hockey if they could. So
that's great insight, and that's thank you for that, because I figure there's a reason behind everything. You know what I'm saying? Like us micro thinkers on this topic, we come in just move the game. It's for the fans. Nah, it's always something. So I'm glad we got that insight.
And I don't think the world has enough multiple TV rooms like I'm fortunate enough to have.
Okay, big baller.
Where I don't.
Hey, Chad, he said, I don't think y'all got it the way I got it. I don't think a lot of y'all got 9, 10 TVs like.
Nah, I don't mean it like that.
Last chance you got it.
No, I don't mean it like that. But it's like, how many people have like 5 TVs in their one room or 12 TVs at the house or go into the theater? I don't know if that's a normal thing, right? I can sit here. I don't have to change the channels today. I'm blessed. I'm just saying.
You'll talk, homie. You ain't gotta do what?
Change the channel.
He got a game on every TV, different. He got WWE on
4 games on each TV.
He got the McAfee show here. He got Coach JB show at Big Smitty. He got Speak on there. He got MLB opening day. He got Duke playing on this TV.
I don't got Speak.
Who else playing? He got Houston over here playing. That's his pick. He got the A's from last night on that TV. He got the Food Channel right there. Emerald on that TV. And you got some money, homie.
I ain't got no money, but I'm just a hustler.
Give me 10,000 today.
Today,
I get it. Wire it over. It changed my life. Think about it.
I just lost 10,000.
How? Dice game?
I had to pay Edison.
10,000?
Let's dive into LeBron James, man, appearing on this McAfee thing we've already discussed. I want to show a tweet that he dropped on Stephen A. Well, I don't know how you want to work this, Smitty. You work this. You better at words than me. You want to talk about how Stephen A. commented about the interview and then show LeBron's tweet?
Well, I'm going to say this. Let me start this way. Let me tell you something, JB. Me and you, we get into a lot of arguments verbally. But if you were to ever put your hands on me, I'm swinging immediately. Immediately, I'm punching you. I'm swinging on you. And that's the same way Stephen A. felt about LeBron James. And I think we got a video. I'm trying to think. I think we got a video, if I'm not mistaken, of Stephen A. saying that.
Hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Clean up that cut more. Raise him up. Yeah, make it more free. Yeah, push.
That man.
Oh, man. Hey, this is hilarious, man. Stephen A. been getting trolled all night. LeBron put out a tweet either super late last night or early this morning showing this video, and then you swipe over, it was rest in peace, young Dolph, laughing, like saying, man, like basically just trolling Stephen A. about him saying this comment. Now, in quick defense of Stephen A., because he did defend himself in tweet, he said a lot of y'all just trying to get clickbait. Y'all pulled this one little clip out. Y'all didn't show my whole sentence. He said, right after this, I said, that I would have swung on him, and I would have got my butt kicked by the 6'8", 250-pound LeBron James. Like he admitted that. But of course, social media, you know how we get down. You know, clip 5 seconds, post just that, and now it's viral. So Stephen A. did say that. So I want to give you that context. But hey, JB, how you feel about it?
Here's the issue I have. Like Stephen A. did go on tour. LeBron posted an Instagram message, I think, basically saying like womp womp or whatever, and laughing about this fight. Look, he did go on tour though. He set himself up for this. Like, there's no question about it. You literally went on a tour. Stephen A. has dabbled into all these things that you and everybody out here discusses that we shouldn't be doing. Like the Mina Kimes shouldn't talk politics, according to RG3, because she's a sports analytic person. But then when it comes to Mina Kimes actually doing it and then him actually working with her, he gives her a pass. But then he tells everybody else, don't talk politics if you do sports. Then I'm like, wait, what? Stephen A. went on a whole politician run, Smitty. Since January till now, he's been on everybody from Outkick to fucking The View, homie.
Fox News, yeah.
So like, let's just be honest here. He's dabbled in every space, branding himself, as you might mention, making his brand bigger. And LeBron said he went on a fucking Taylor Swift tour. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was actually showing a little bit of like, all right, this motherfucker. Like, to me, that was hilarious, homie. And you're taking a shot on an ESPN network at your colleague, Pat McAfee, was doing. So,
and we actually got a video clip from that of LeBron kind of, you know, speaking on the Stephen A. situation.
It's obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're watching it. We're all seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing it as well.
No, this, he literally, it started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, went viral. You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If it's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like, seriously, it's, and like another, he completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, you know, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, you know, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
Now I think that's bullshit, that part of it. I liked everything else because I think he could have had a one-on-one sit down with Stephen A. when you know damn well Clutch and his folks and Carter and all these cats could have literally talked to Stephen A. and had a one-on-one private deal if you thought it was personal. That's what grown men do. If it was he just said it was personal. I'm just saying, Smitty, he was just saying it was personal.
Yeah,
he said, I don't have no problem if you talk about basketball.
Right.
I didn't take it as personal from Stephen A. And I think even a lot of other people came out and discussed it. I know Matt Barnes and them had some discussions about it. KG and Paul, I know, had a discussion about it on their show. I don't know if it was personal when he said, and Stephen A. clearly, or LeBron clearly said it's personal right here. And if it was truly personal and you just said you had to protect your household, that's a one-on-one conversation two grown folks have. That's my take. Yeah, that's my take.
Oh no,
I didn't mind addressing him personally in front of it if it was, but I didn't see it as personal because he just clearly said, I don't have a problem if you're talking basketball, right? He said it.
Yeah, if it's basketball, yeah. When we first talked about this, I didn't know what the specific thing was that LeBron was mad about. So when we first had the topic on here, I'm like, well, LeBron, you can't get mad at people criticizing your son on the court. I think it was a particular line, though, something that Stephen A. said where he was saying, like, LeBron, come on, as a father, you got to step in. And It was, I can't remember the exact, but I remember him saying as a father Like, so he was criticizing him as a father, as a
but
dad.
he didn't say as a father you failed your son. Or,
No, he
you know
didn't say that, but he was saying.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's like he was giving LeBron advice, like, as a father, you got to stop this. You got to. So I think for him, hold on. Tell me what to do as a father. Don't
I get that
criticize
part
me
too.
as a dad. So I understand where LeBron comes from on that. Like, don't say nothing. Don't even say that as a father. Like,
I get that part too, but he didn't
we
say
not homies. Like, you talking to me like
you
that.
got to read through the lines too, in my opinion. If you're LeBron, though, you got to be like, hey, well, he said as a father, and you got to read through the lines in the innuendo. Like Stephen A. knows that you're the father and you're the reason your son got drafted to the Lakers. So if I'm reading through that and a smart person that I am and not a micro thinker, I'm sitting there as LeBron James like, all right, hold on. He knows I got him picked up. He knows I got him signed to an $8 million deal as a rookie. No other rookie got that deal. He's a fucking not even an early pick, and he's on my team. I got to stop the joke of what Bronny is in the NBA at that moment and say, why are we putting him in JJ Redick? Why are we putting him in this time and making that's the whole Stephen A thing that started it all. Remember it was the game that JJ put him in. And anyway, that's a whole other discussion. But that's where I looked. I didn't see an attack from Stephen A. I just thought it was like a gray area, take. And he was saying, as the father of this kid, blah, blah, blah. Now, I get your point, too. Stephen A., I don't believe is a father.
Don't even say that. Like, if we're not cool, though, and we already don't like each other. I don't like you off the bat. Then you want to throw, I hear what you're saying, but you know how we are, man. When you already don't like somebody, and so if Ryan Clark came out today and said something as the leader of the show, as a co-host, you got to blah, blah, blah. Like, he might have good intentions. You don't like Ryan Clark. Anything he said about you, he mentioned your name, you going at it. So I'm saying, like, as a human, I can understand and relate to LeBron being like, hey, man, I don't even rock with you.
Yeah. But rewind, though. Like, I don't believe the world knew or thought that Stephen A. and LeBron were like oil and water and had some major beef. I don't think that was out there until after this. So, like, if it's known, I get it. I don't believe it was out there to the public that these cats really had some major problem. I don't think it was really that big of a deal until that was said by Stephen A. And then LeBron held it in for a few months because it's been, I think, a few months since he said it. And then finally the boiling point hit, boom, and blah. Listen, It is what it is. I think it's all I think it is genuine on LeBron's side. Yeah. I think Stephen A. is as fake as it gets in a lot of different areas. I think he's a well-spoken entertainer, which that's what's earned him his money and his fortune and his generational wealth. Kudos to him. He's a hustler, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not truly like some real sports. Like Whitlock has exposed him on several fronts. So has Candace Owens and all these other conservative right-wing people, Outkick and all these other people. If I'm Stephen A. and he wants to go on a political tour, he should go on Whitlock's show. That would break the internet. But see, that's the difference between you, and him. You and I would have Trump on this show, and we talked about having Trump on. Like, man, fuck it. We're content creators. It's a show. Why Stephen A. going on these other shows, and why wouldn't you go on y'all call ops shows? Never go on your op show, homie. Why not though, Smitty? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Because I'm helping you out.
You're not really throwing hands.
Yeah, but I'm helping you out though. Like just using that example, like we're like Stephen A. do not like each other. That's just facts. Stephen A. I mean, we saw that whole situation. It was personal stuff on both sides. It's like me if I'm again, we're just using this as an example. If I'm Stephen A., I'm me going on your show is helping you. I don't want to help you. I don't like you. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's being like, so I hear what you're saying, but it's like, nah, because that's
we're on the view, Smitty.
It's going on everybody's show then. It's going on everybody's show.
Well, he has, but that's the problem though. He went on everybody's show. He went on the View. He went on a very, very conservative right wing show, Outkick, with Clay Travis,
right?
Who used to work subsequently with Whitlock.
Yeah, but I don't think they cool no more.
I don't think so either. But you know what I'm saying though, like you're dabbling over there. And going on certain people's shit.
I don't think Stephen A's kind of conservative though. Like he ain't no fully like Stephen A's kind of in the middle. Like he's not a guy who's liberal. He's not liberal. He ain't fully conservative, but he has some conservative views for sure.
No, I don't believe that. He's liberal.
He's kind of in the middle.
He's definitely liberal. He's definitely liberal.
I disagree.
Here's what
you heard all the stuff. He agreed a lot of the stuff that Trump.
But Smitty, that's when it's convenient. He didn't agree with it when it was in the we were in the fire though. He was Kamala Harris all day, every day. That's what y'all don't get. You got to go back and look at the true human himself. I mean, not when it's convenient and safe, when everything's over and the dust is settled and Trump got the job. Now you're on his side. I'm too real for that. I need to know that you that guy all the time.
He was saying. I mean, I think when it comes to politics, I mean, I don't know. We ain't got to dive into that. I just think you get more information as time goes on. And yeah, today I feel this way about something. Tomorrow something else happened. I feel like your stance, things change, things shift.
Yeah,
so,
but he's always been that way.
Like
I just believe he's starting to turn this way because he sees how bad the Democratic Party is and how bad it's plummeting without any representation.
Okay. So if that's the case,
so
then
that's
it's okay
my point,
for you
though.
to be like, this ain't what I thought it was.
But Smitty, my point is,
I don't think nothing wrong with that at all.
But my point is, like, nothing's changed in the last 2 months, though. See what I'm saying, though?
But it hasn't been 2 months of him like.
No.
Support of the conservative side. I've seen stuff for a while. I'm trying to say what I'm saying. I don't know
he says little things here and there, but he's clearly voted Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
He voted left. He's been left, and he comes out and says little bits and pieces on the right side just so he can keep his brand kind of in a gray, neutral area. And that's just what it is. I'm just saying, like,
I don't know Percy, so I can't tell you if it's fake. I just think I tell you all the time on the show. You guys know that I've been a Democrat since I've been an adult my whole life. That don't mean I'm just 100% Democrat. I agree with everything on the Democrat side. No, this stuff on the conservative side, I'm like, yeah, I agree with this. I think real humans can stand back neutral and be like, this makes sense on this side. This makes sense on this side, and decide what you want to be from there. I don't think. If you just 100% one side or the other, then I don't know. I don't know. That's not really.
He's had 8 years, man. He's had 8 years and to figure it out. Now all of a sudden it's cool. I don't buy it. Stephen A. What do you mean? He's been this way. He's been on the left for a long time, homie. Like all of a sudden he's right. Come on, I don't believe it. What's this guy's name?
Greg Turd Hauler.
Greg what?
Greg Turd Hauler.
He said
JB, this rhetoric is turning people off.
Turn me off then. Motherfucker acts like I need him to go on the yacht today. Anyway, Smitty, let's dive into quote of the day. I'm just fucking with you. Let's dive into this whole thing, man. We talked about it. Steve Kimball joined us about 20 minutes after our first commercial break. But let's talk about this is a whole thing about LeBron, man, on this whole fucking thing. I want to dive into another peer of Stephen A's and McAfee's, Brian Windhorst. What's your take on him? And
well, let's play the clip first.
Like, I want to be the face of the league. Like, I seen a lot of shit too. Like, I seen Brian Windhorst on one of these shows not too long ago. Like,
Wendy.
Yeah, you played with Bros.
Wendy, you guys played together in high school.
Yeah,
right?
See, that's how good LeBron or Pat is at being gray area though.
That's
like,
I do.
See, if I'm a real cat, I'm be honest, I wouldn't fuck with him. Because if I knew that, because to me that's an indirect shot at me, and he's clowning me, and then you want to smile in my face to get me on your show. See, that's the part I don't fuck with. I'm just saying, I love Pat. I'm just saying, that's the part though that people can't look through and say, wait up, he just as gray area as it get? Like, how he said Wendy, because that's ESPN, that's my peer, that's my. And he comes on the show, but then he throws a jab like he's your teammate.
Together, right?
Yeah.
That's funny though. I'm sorry. That's super funny to me.
No, it is funny, but you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining either.
But like, are they close though? Do you know? I don't know.
I don't think Pat's close with any of them.
Right. So if that's the case, I don't care. Now, if you told me if Pat was acting like this is like my buddy, my actual friend, and then he said this, I'm with you. If they're not really friends, and listen, just because somebody come on your show, let me make this clear, y'all. That don't mean they rocking for real. It's all type of stuff that goes, involved with that.
I just don't think he gives a fuck. Like, I don't think he gives a fuck about ESPN, and that's the number one overall take of it. And Pat's at a place where he don't need fucking nobody.
Yeah.
So like that's another thing.
That place.
Yeah, let's hear the rest.
He's on your high
Yeah,
school
this
team.
guy who's like, says he's like my fucking best friend. These guys are just weird. But
Wait,
Wendy.
Isn't that
That's not real.
Yeah, it was our enforcer, huh?
Knew it.
Yeah, he went on his show and said, like, oh, don't let LeBron.
Like this motherfucker made a meet like the fucking
I ain't
shit.
see all this.
Homie, he did this shit like that's my point.
They had it ready, homie.
He did shit like you and I do with certain cats. Like homie, this is an ESPN employee.
Right.
No, I'm just saying.
He went on his show and said, like, oh, don't let LeBron fool you. Like, he wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. Okay, that's a fact. He signed with Nike because of Michael Jordan. It's like, no, the fuck I didn't. I signed with Nike because I got a hell of a signing bonus, and they gave me a 7-year, $90 million contract. And I moved my mom out of the hood the next day I signed that contract. And ultimately, my whole thing.
That's real. I know next part he was just saying, I thought about what do I want to wear outside of the court. I want to wear Nike. I want to wear Jordan. I want to wear
Air Force Ones. And, yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
So, I get it. I mean,
it's funny though. Listen, my thing is this, and I'm gonna cuss right now. It's about damn time because LeBron has spent 22 years of not really responding to any media members at all, and now he's finally probably about to retire soon, and he's finally clapping back, and I like it. I actually love it. I love it. Brian Windhorst has made his career talking about LeBron. Now, shout out to Windhorst. I heard he's a good dude, and he's all that, whatever. I don't know him personally, but let's be real. He has made his career, and he got into prominence because of talking about LeBron. That's all he used to do. He was a LeBron guy. My mom was his teacher. This, that. I remember all that when he first started and popped off on ESPN. Now he's grown more than that, but he's still like the LeBron guy. And LeBron's never really said anything about him. But at some point, it's like, all right, bro, you acting like me and you just really just tight like this. We went to the same high school. Your mom was my teacher. You know a few things because you were at my high school. But it's like you having some random dude at your high school, JB, that maybe you saw in the hallway, had lunch together, and now he's trying to write a whole book about you. Like, you don't know me, homie. So he finally never coming back. The Stephen A situation, we can agree or disagree on how he should have did it or whatever, but as a man, you got a problem with another man, you see that man, you step to that man. I respect that too. So, like, I actually like this version of LeBron, and he's finally clapping back at his critics, at people who he feels like who has lied on him, and I hope he keeps doing it. At this point in your career, your brand is already your brand. You're about to retire. A lot of people have you as the greatest player of all time. They don't have you number one. They got you at bare minimum top 5. So, like, your legacy on the court is set off. You got a lifetime contract with Nike. The family's good. Your first son in the league. Your second son might be in the league. Like, at this point, you ain't got nothing else to prove. Clap back, and I love it.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that you're quiet. You're quiet for so long, and then now all of a sudden, you want to clap back. That's the problem I have. Like, I rather respect you for being who you are. Like Kyrie, even though I don't agree with him. Like, I respect the fact that he came out and said what he said and sticks to his guns. You just made a point. LeBron has been quiet for so long. Basically, take that, literally and figuratively. But he's been taking it. No, did he? For a long time, or did he? And then now he's coming out. And you earlier just said, like, he's protecting his brand and he's quiet and all that. Well, you can't have both sides, homie. Like, he should have been now.
His brand is set now. It's 22 years.
But I get it.
It's like whatever now. Like, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I get it. Here's the thing. I don't get, though. He's very smart and he's very media trained over the young years of not going to college, all these other things. It's like Kobe, right? They're very educated young brothers out of high school coming out, well-spoken right out the gate. People got in their ears early. Obviously, we know Kobe spoke several languages and his dad raised him overseas and all these different things. LeBron, for the most part, was raised here and went through some sort of media training because, in my opinion, he may not have. I could be totally wrong. In my opinion, though, LeBron is very, very smart and articulate. Mm-hmm. And he clearly is continuing to try to one up MJ and Kobe on everything he does. And if you're not a macro thinker and you didn't listen to that McAfee interview when LeBron clearly tried to again prove how good and great he is by simply saying little key words in certain topics, then you're just not as smart as me, and we'll just leave it at that. And this is what I mean, Smitty. He called the Celtics the Big Four. Again, proving to him that he has to be better than everybody else because he took on not only a big three, but he took on a big four, according to his words. See, if you didn't catch that, homie, you're just a micro thinker and not a macro thinker. He trying to say he had to go up against a big four, not just a big three. I'm just laughing like, come on, homie. Rondo also saved you in the bubble, LeBron. Like, don't forget about that shit. So, like, I just see through a lot of little bullshit. I like the interview. I like that it was authentic, and that's what Pat McAfee brings out in a lot of big-name celebrities that you just don't see, and I think it's a unicorn. I think he's a unicorn of it, and it's kind of like you and I have with lower-tier guests, and I don't mean it in a shot. I mean, like, you're not, LeBron level, right?
That's what it is.
You and I can fuck around and be honest, and people are comfortable on the show. I think Pat can do that with A-listers, which is a unicorn type of thing that we haven't really seen before. Usually it's more buttoned up. It's a suit and tie. It's a fucking, from an Oprah to a major, sit down environment where, it's just right down the line, straight questioning, been prepped for months. That's not prep, no script like you and I. It's ad lib. It's from the chest, from the heart. And you get to see another side of people. And that's what I think Pat not only saves a lot of people, he gains a lot of people, new fans, because of how authentic they are. That's just what I have, my 2 cents.
I agree with that. He's a locker room guy. That's kind of how he runs the show. And I think that's why it performs so well, man. So let's move on to our what's happening now. I'm sure we're going to be talking about this LeBron, McAfee stuff throughout the show in different ways. But what's happening now, man, brought to you by Prize Picks. Use promo code Coach JB. But JB, man, what we got? What's happening now?
Now, this former Duke player, man, confesses to murdering Charlotte realtor. Yeah, man. Shit.
You got more details, or that's it? You just killed him and that's it?
No, we do, but this is just another headline, man, that's just been unbelievable to see. When another football player, we had a Harvard football player get cracked with the Georgia broad who went to jail for the second time that we talked about earlier this week, the TikToker or whatever. And then we got a Duke football player. Just so we're clear, Harvard and Duke, very prestigious academic institutions. Usually it's the one of one get into those places. This guy I thought was straight Hamas. I didn't know what he was. If it was a brother, it was a Mexican, it was a Hamas. I didn't know. But apparently he had this realtor, Smitty, that he was having show around homes and then killed her, homie. She went missing for some time. And then he finally came out and confessed.
Why? Like, did he give a reason?
I have no idea. I didn't really care too much enough to look into it like that. We're not a news breaking. We're not a news breaking show.
Yeah. His name is Brandon Braxton.
Yeah, we just talk about content.
Dang, okay. Well, when you talk about content, you need to have context. So, but this is
last year, though. It was last year. I know that.
Oh, okay. Well, this is crazy. I mean, he confessed to it. He's gonna ride in jail. Probably rest.
Why did he confess to it, though?
You said what?
Why would you think he confessed to it?
Probably just had that feeling in his gut. Probably been bothering him mentally for a minute, and he's like, you know what, man, I gotta free myself.
Why though?
Get it? I'm saying, have you ever killed somebody before? Huh? Have you ever murdered somebody before? Is all I'm asking. Why are you acting all weird?
Weird question.
Well, all I'm saying, if you murdered somebody before, then I could imagine
Why would I answer
that mentally it could be messing with you, and like just
I actually remember this cat playing at Duke. I remember when he played there too.
No, you don't. You didn't watch Duke at all.
No, well, I had good friends coaching there at this time, and I was coaching at this time, and
you definitely wasn't watching there if he was coaching because you ain't got time.
Well, no, but the reason I remember this kid because Cutcliffe had this guy at Duke, and he was actually a safety, I believe, for Duke, and he changed positions. But I remember this kid. The reason I said that I just saw a little video and picture of him when he was at Duke, and I was like, damn. But the girl went missing July 11th, man, and apparently this guy was inside of her own townhome was where she was found like 3 or 4 days later. Yeah, but
was he holding on? Like I don't know. It's just weird. Like
he stabbed her too. Very personal when you stab somebody. Very personal.
Like, were they dating? Did she cheat on him? Does her family have money?
Yeah.
Was he trying to hold her ransom and the money didn't come? I'm trying to see myself. I'm trying to get a home, a realtor, and show around the house, and I get mad and I just want to kill him. Like there has to be something there. I mean, if not, he's like a serial killer. Then he just lost his mind.
He's very troubled. I'll tell you that because everything I know from him, he had 7 arrests.
Oh, okay.
Prior, and since the murder. So since the murder, this motherfucker's been arrested 7 times, but he was let go each time because it wasn't anything, I guess.
Since the murder.
Huh?
You said since the murder, it's been 7 times.
Yeah, but then he finally confessed.
That's crazy.
So nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew. But the cat was arrested 6 times for indecent exposure.
Having his wee-wee out?
He was showing his dick out in the streets.
That's crazy, homie. He has wee-wee out in the streets.
And he was a 2-way player, by the way. He was the Travis Hunter of the Duke Blue Devils.
Slow it down.
He was better than Travis. He had 93 catches for 890 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then he had 51 tackles on defense. So played both ways.
That's way too many tackles, homie. That means was he a corner?
Safety.
Oh, okay. I feel a little better. But I'm about to say, if you get all them tackles, I mean, people catching the ball too much around.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, and you could kind of say they called him the knife of the defense.
This dude was crazy. Swiss Army knife, right? You do it all.
It's personal when you stab a motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest.
How you know that?
You feel it. You know what I'm saying? You feel it.
I ain't gonna lie. I can shoot somebody way easier than I can stab somebody.
Yeah, I
can shoot somebody right now. They walk through my door. But a stab, you gotta think about a stab. You're like, you gotta really hate that person to stab and twist and feel all that on your hand.
I like doing that better.
You never done anything. You never shot anything.
I'm saying compare when I compare.
Soft though, so like you would hit a fly on me.
Yeah, be careful because I promise you that's the way you'll go if it's between me and you.
First of all, if it came to that, you better sneak me, homie. Because if it's a 1v1 face to face, guarantee you I'm walking out that thing alive. I guarantee it.
You're gonna see me.
Guarantee it.
You're gonna look at me like.
I'm so glad that you think that. Like you think this. Like people think you yell. That don't mean nothing, homie. If it came down to the trenches. You're a quarterback at the end of the day. I'm laying you down. I'm laying you down, Jason.
Yeah, I'm glad you think that I'm not that way.
You from the palm trees and oceans and beach and thong sandals, home. I'm from the trenches for real. Ain't nothing where I live at right now. If I tell you to the east side of Indy right now, you be like, where am I at? It ain't nothing. Abandoned building. I'm from the hood for real, not the fake hood.
You're from the nicest part of Naptown, and that's
all right.
I mean, we don't even have one part of Indiana in the. But anyway,
can we schedule we should schedule like a boxing or something physical. So whatever you boxing, UFC, wrestling match, me and you, we can do it. Fans only.
I'm too old.
Ain't no too, but don't talk the too old stuff. And then on the other side, say you.
Let me serious. Like I only
I would destroy you.
What's the word they use now on social media? I only undie you. What is it?
What are you gonna say that? Unalive me. Unalive.
I think that shit is gay as a fucking hummingbird.
If me and you both had a knife and we fought, I'm leaving out that thing alive. I'm gonna be wounded. I'm gonna be wounded.
You don't have the mindset, homie. I'm just saying.
I
Be
do
honest.
Don't let
honest.
this. Don't let this.
I'll literally let you
do that
stab
to
me.
you.
I literally let you stab me just to like
bring me in. No, I know all your tricks. I know all your tricks.
yeah. Smitty, let's take a commercial break real quick. Enough LeBron James talk. Go back to China. I really don't give a fuck anymore. Your son's garbage. Let's move
I'm
on.
talk about him again on the second hour.
Yeah. Steve Kim's going to join us, man. We're going to talk about this, Smitty.
They're removing it. Dang.
What are you talking about?
What you talking about?
I thought about doing line.
Oh. Okay.
You and I at the Pump Brothers thing. Let's take a break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, man. TikTok. Shut the fuck up. Entered the portal, everyone. Shaka Khan, or whatever the fuck his name is. This motherfucker entered the portal. The combination of DJ Khaled and fucking Drake. That's who this fucking guy is. He enters the portal, and he's going to follow the coach. Can we just say a joke is a joke, and the gig is up? Let's just call it what it is. The gig is up, dog. Let's just say it's a joke. We've been fucking with you guys. Hey, guys, we've been fucking around with you. We just tried it out for a few years. We're fucking with you. This guy getting $100K. This cat's getting $100 grand, homie, to go follow his coach. Look at this fucking wobble body. Looks like a fucking fat bumblebee walking around pocketing $100K to fucking do what? Wear fucking radio out? Does anyone understand the mockery of this? Seriously. Thank you, Alan. Alan in the chat. Thank you for saying exactly what I was about to say. Thank you. Thank you for saying exactly what I was going to say. This is an absolute fucking slap in the face of anybody who works at going to school to get a fucking education and a degree. And all the workers that work there. Do you think the fucking janitor at McNeese State makes $100 large? But Amir Khalid Kalalala can hang a fucking radio around his neck and make $100K NIL money? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? This is an absolute mockery. And you think this is NIL? This is what NIL was made for. Now, can we all agree that this is a mockery? This kid earned an NIL bag? Seriously. And we got, by the way, let's go down the list here at McNeese State. Do you think players 8, 9, 10, 11 are getting $100K NIL bag? From the 6th roster spot on, do you think they're even close? I would argue that the top 5 aren't even all getting $100 grand. Do you think 6 through 12 is getting $100K that sit on the roster, sit on that bench to play for that team? And then I got to go over here and look at Amir wearing a fucking radio around his neck, and he gets $100K, and then he gets to go with this coach and follow him and get another bag? They are employees. They are now grown, and now stop saying they're 17. I love how you both use, they're just kids, JB. And then when they get cussed out, I'm a grown-ass man. Don't talk to me like that. I love how you motherfuckers say that shit. I love how you motherfuckers actually say that shit. I want to be honest with you guys. The audacity of people out here in the world. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to stay mostly on social media, but I'm going to even say some of you in the chat and the people out here who think this way. The audacity of a lot of you out here who blame me for reacting the way I do to half of you and half of everybody on social media. The audacity of all you out there who blame me how I react. What do you mean the audacity of who they blame? You motherfuckers have the gall and the audacity blows my fucking mind on some of you out here. And a lot of you motherfuckers will talk shit to me about my reaction to your post, to your comments. The audacity of you talking about me, and then you're quick to cancel a motherfucker and say, did you see JB's comment about that made-up human?
Yo, man, we hour 2. We here, we back, we locked, we loaded. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button right now. We got like 15 likes. We got 1,000 some people in here. It made no sense. Hit the like button if you watching on YouTube right now. Become a member if you're not green. Change that immediately. C-Merc187. You a killer. Then show us. Become green, homie. Ryan Kumiski, Trick Dawson, OG Sugar Daddy, Greg Turd Hauler, all y'all, man. Become a member right now. And we got more of the show locked and loaded. Steve Kim will be joining us very soon.
Hey, Jason, you know what I saw? Hey, Darnell, you know what I saw from that last short we just did on DJ Khaled?
What?
The irony of it all makes me think how funny that really is when I'm looking back at it. Like, what a joke it is. And then you posted on NIL to stop pocket checking.
Yep.
It's not pocket checking. It's the fact that the NIL is an absolute mockery, and it was a lie to all the real ones like you and I who went through this process and had to go try to get a bag. We used to get an envelope. Now they get a bag. We got an envelope at the party by an old white who'd come up there and slip us an envelope. Now it's a bag. Here's why it's a joke and a slap in the face to all of us and everyone that played prior to us. Don't call it NIL. Don't. And don't call it student athletes, because DJ Khaled is literally a student and would be an absolute nobody if he wasn't around those athletes. Let's just keep it 1,000%. Don't ever tell me different. And all the Instagram comments and all these different comments over here talking about, why are you worried about his bag? He can go get money now. It's capitalism. No, it's not. He's a nobody. If he was working at Walmart, he'd be making $5 an hour, and nobody would know about him, and he would never be. But here's the thing about the if, though. Here's the thing about the if. The if was a fifth, right? We all can say that. The problem is his if is leeching on to the actual doer. Basketball player.
They ain't got a problem with it.
But here's my problem.
Why do you care about it?
I didn't say they did. What I'm saying is you act like this motherfucker is getting an NIL bag because he deserved it and owned it. No, he didn't. And don't say student athlete, Smitty, because guess what he just did? He entered a portal to leave a school where he's a non-athlete to gain a new bag, and the NCAA don't see a problem with that. You're telling me we're allowing just students now to enter portals, and they're not even fucking athletically motivated. Come on, homie. It's a joke. Just say it's a joke and a mockery. Don't try to defend the fact. I don't care about pocket watching. Go ahead, make your money, son. But let's call it a real fact.
Let me correct you on this. Amir Khan.
Let's call it a fact, though.
This is why you got to stay off just Twitter and Instagram, doing all your research off little posts you see online. I always say to do your real research. Amir Khan didn't literally enter the portal. That's just the phrasing that these vlog posts are using to catch the eyes and the attention of people like you, because we know they know it would trigger you. He's going there basically as like a GA. And that's it. He's doing a graduate assistant at another school. He didn't literally enter the portal. So let's just make that clear, number one. Number two, you're worth whatever they want to pay you. Somebody can come on this show and say, JB, whatever you paying Smitty, he didn't deserve that. He don't earn that. Whatever thing is that you're doing, you might look at it as something that's little and it doesn't matter to you, but at the end of the day, it matters to those brands. Brands care about visibility. Right now, for whatever reason, that kid was popping with the McNeese team, getting tons of views. The brand saw an opportunity to put their sticker or their logo, whatever, on that speaker, on his body, if it's a clothing or jewelry, whatever the case may be, and that's totally fine. Any of us in his shoes would accept the money the exact same way. That coach loves him. The players on that team loves him. I don't see why anybody else outside of that locker room has any problem with the money that he's getting. To me, it all sounds like hate because we're mad that we didn't get the money when we were playing or the players didn't get it. Whatever. So what? Everybody, we're in a space now. I look at it opposite, Jason. We're in a space now where we all can eat. It don't matter if you're the athlete, you're the player, you're the manager. To me, you should be excited when you see that because it's like, dang, okay, like somebody can just get $100,000 just like that. That means me and you, who's doing content daily, should be able to get $1 million just like that. I get excited. My dick gets hard when I see stuff like that. Like, so I don't understand why when you see it so negatively, you need to shift your brain and your mind. I don't understand it, homie. Shout out to Amir Khan getting his money. I hope they pay him more money. I want everybody to get paid.
I know. But do you want the janitor to be paid?
Yes, I do.
You don't though, because he's not around a basketball team. He's not around a basketball team. He don't. No, they don't though. They don't get paid. That's the fact. See, you live in this fucking like fairy world, homie.
I know.
Yeah, you live in a fairyland world where you think that this is not hurting actual how economics work. When you pay a dude at McDonald's and you raise the fucking minimum wage to $20, guess what happens, homie? Economics don't just stop and he makes $20. The Big Mac goes up. The Big Mac has to be charged $21. I don't realize if you know how this works. So guess what's going to happen? The actual grinders and workers on those campuses, which I was actually hit up by, make less money now because you just paid this motherfucker.
No, they don't.
Here's the thing, though. You said he didn't enter the portal. You're a liar. You're a liar.
He did.
And you and Bailey don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You're wrong.
Did the kid transfer schools or not?
Yeah, GA. Yep. So if I go to Ball State for 4 years, graduate, and I want to be, and my head coach goes to, I don't know, Cincy, and I want to be a graduate assistant for that head coach, and I go to Cincy, I didn't enter the transfer portal. I just left. I'm a graduate assistant at another school. He's not an athlete. He didn't enter the transfer portal and have all these schools pitching and recruiting him to come to his school, homie. Stop it. You're a content creator.
Did he not transfer for monetary gain? Yes or no?
He followed his coach.
What's that called? What's that called? What's that called? What's that called?
Homie, transferring didn't start because the transfer portal.
Did either one of you fucks listen to what I said though?
Yeah, we did. I'm just telling you she was wrong. Don't get mad.
I'm not wrong though. I'm not wrong.
Man, when somebody point out something that you said.
No, but I'm not wrong though. You don't listen. No, it's not. I get mad because you don't listen. Y'all don't listen. He transferred schools, Smitty. What was my main discussion topic?
We like
student athlete students. So random students can transfer academic institutions now for a bag of money. What the fuck does that not? Did that just not happen? I get the portal thing as a joke because he didn't play. It's still a transfer, Smitty.
I get you. People been transferring schools for years.
So then the fucking history major should be able to transfer from USC to UCLA.
They can.
No, they can't.
They can.
No, they can't, Smitty.
My girl was going to Missouri. My girl was going to Missouri State. She left, went to IUPUI.
Smitty, I said the regular student chase a bag. She got a bag offer to go there?
No, but
that's my point, homie. Why aren't you missing my point?
But the bag is not new to university, homie. The bag is just the brand.
Smitty, this is the micro and the youth talking right here.
Okay, all right.
So the money don't have nothing to do with it. So if the money don't have nothing to do with it, homie.
I said the brand has nothing to do with the brand's not connected to the university.
Let me teach again real quick.
All right, here we got Steve in the back.
All right, let me teach you real quick. What happens, Smitty, when there's a kid that has low academics at school, at high school, and he's teetering the line, and I'm trying to get him into Ball State?
Yeah.
I walk in, I'm a winning coach, and I go into the dean and I go, hey man, I gotta get this kid in. What do we got to do something?
Right.
What's the difference in this coach telling the academic institution that I got to bring this kid that wears a radio around his motherfucking neck that looks like DJ Khaled? You don't think he's getting pushed over regular student body? This is purely the politics that go into a favor for the new coach they just hired, homie. You telling me that this is normal? Your girl went from here to here. Yeah, she went from there to there. She didn't go from there to there because of a favor and money. This kid's clearly got a favor done to him, which a lot of you don't see the problem. And the problem is, at the end of the day, the big scale of things is going to implode and ruin this entire market and the economy of all this. When the janitor just says, oh, fuck you, McNeese State. Amir Khalid Kalala just got $100K and I make $40K and I'm up here shoveling your shit when you missed the toilet.
Cry me a river.
It's not going to work.
Cry me a river. But we got to bring in our guy, Steve Kim. We can talk about this here in a second. But the one and only Steve Kim is here. Bring him in, baby.
Steve, what up, man?
Morning.
Happy Thursday. DJ Khaled got $100K to wear a radio around his fucking neck. Smitty thinks it's cool. I think this is an absolute mockery. And it is what it is. I hope you and Whitlock talk about it, but I'm sure you'll talk about LeBron James on McAfee. Hey, Steve, real quick before we dive into this, McAfee's a unicorn. For him to do what he did on his own network about his own colleagues is absolutely a unicorn move. I don't know if I've ever seen it. Have you?
And then to get a guy to trash Stephen A., who
on his own network,
who theoretically is his rival, I thought it was hilarious.
Me too.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought he made a stride. I don't know. Smitty and I both agree. Like it was unbelievable work. It also, though, for guys like you and I and Smitty who aren't really LeBron fans, and then you and I and Weddle and everybody talks about LeBron all the time about his politics and all that shit. We can all disagree. It doesn't matter. I don't really hate someone over their views. It never used to be that way. Now it seems to be forced on you to hate someone automatically because of a different opinion. Did you see a different side? And you say, hey, man, at least he showed a authentic side to LeBron. He could actually go into the barbershop and bullshit with the fellas. Did you see that? And is that due to Pat McAfee style of bringing it out?
No, not really.
I'm not saying you love him.
I wasn't all that impressed.
Really?
But
I didn't change my opinion. Like, I love the guy now.
I
but
disagree
at least
with you, Coach. I don't think he's that impressive intellectually. Sorry.
Really? Yeah.
I
don't know if it's like a math. I'm not saying he's a math major. I just think he's more. I don't know if he's more media trained. That's why I made that point. I don't know if he's media trained but he does say little things that are smart for his brand, is what I mean.
Is he smart by athletic standards?
Yeah.
I grew up when athletes actually could formulate coherent sentences and really say things more insightful than yo, man, you know what I'm saying? He be doing that.
We don't write no more, though.
But I got to push back on that, Steve. LeBron ain't talking like that now.
We don't write those.
I know y'all don't like LeBron.
I mean, he tried to like.
Yeah, but we don't write no more, Steve. Smitty, we don't write no more like we used to.
Look, when I think of intelligence, I think of Walter E. Williams. I think of Thomas Sowell. I think of men of that ilk. And athletically, I think of men like Alan Page. I think of people that have really done stuff outside the realm of sports. Now, people will talk about, well, he opened a school. He really didn't open it, and no one can read or write or do arithmetic at grade level. How much credit do you really want to give him?
I think it's more like he opened it in the hood, and I think a lot of cats gave him credit for that is what it was, I think. But, yeah, I agree.
Well, that's the bar. Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean,
Steve, I got to ask you, the NFL is making another rule change. And
really?
This is the rule. This one. I thought it was cocaine, wiping it off your nose, but apparently it's the nose wipe celebration. They got rid of this, I think, Smitty, right? Or this? I don't know.
Yeah. You couldn't.
Well, that was years ago. The throat.
Years ago. Yeah.
Now it's 20 years ago.
And now it's this one. I don't get it. It says a violent gesture, and they compared it to the throat slash, Steve. They said it's simulating firing or brandishing a gun is what the nose wipe is.
Is it?
I don't know. Smitty, is that a thing? I didn't know that.
I think what's happening is, I don't know how much you guys were paying attention to it. It's more on the hip hop lane or whatever, but this whole YSL, the picture they showed is rapper Young Thug, who was fighting a RICO case all year long before he ended up getting off of it. But basically, like, him and his like rap group kind of was the first people who really started doing this nose wipe, and there are people who believe that that's a sign of some sort of like killing somebody off. Like, there's people who like, I've seen mixed stories depending who you talk to on what it actually means, but that was something that got brought up during his case, and actually used like examples of athletes like LeBron James, for example, actually during the case doing it and asking them, like questioning them on trial, like what this means and things like that. So to me, I think the NFL is just like trying to be safe, safe than sorry, and not connect to anything that could even be deemed as violent, is how I'm looking at it. So I'm not sure 100% what it means. I think people do it for a while. A lot of athletes do it, rappers do it. I can't say exactly what it means, but that's my take on it.
But Steve, we won't hire full-time refs though still. So
here's the issue with the full-time ref thing. What do they do for 9 months or 7 months out of the year though?
Half are like lawyers, doctor.
Right.
I know a few.
I don't know if that would make it any better. I really don't. It's a tough game to officiate. They're putting more rules in. Some of the stuff that used to go on that was legal just 10 years ago, they've kind of, no pun intended, moved the goalpost. I don't know if having guys quit their jobs and then suddenly say, oh, I'm a full-time NFL official. I'm not sure that really, maybe it would. Look, getting younger officials that had to have played football, which eliminates a certain gender right off the bat, so that ain't going to work. Maybe that would help, but you'd have to have, and I know they grade them out. They dole out the assignments based on the grading system, but I don't know. I just don't think having a bunch of guys quit their insurance jobs would really improve.
Yeah, here's the thing. A buddy of mine used to be the head of all the referees, and that means college and pro. And his name's Craig Helson. Anyway,
so Craig,
this is the deal. This is how it kind of works. They usually used to rotate in clinics, Steve, when they were full-time. Like when they're full-time, they do college, they'd cross over and they do arena football or UFL, XFL, or CFL. They would actually work in the offseason. There's always usually a season of some sort of game or professional football being played somewhere. When there wasn't an actual season, which is usually about 2 or 3 months of the year now with UFL, CFL, and Arena League, they would clinic and do cross-clinicking and travel around and do clinics on all the new updated rules. And then they would study biomechanics, Steve, which would not just be a quick fix. You would have to actually understand the addition of 12, 15 pounds of weight, wearing pads and helmet, and how a body can't just stop and not crown the helmet. That's the problem we have, in my opinion, which would fix a lot of that if they actually would understand how the body works at 20 miles an hour. You can't just fucking stop with 12 pounds of gear on. But they don't do it, Steve, and that's the problem I have. They just won't understand that. And then you got guys, Steve, to your point earlier in the year, we're fining college kids and suspending them a half of a game and another half of the other game, and that's a game film for NFLs to evaluate you. And these referees don't lose no money. They don't lose nothing. And it's a wrong call and a targeting call because simply of biomechanics don't allow your body to do what you think it does.
Yeah, and I think these guys are all now bred to err on the side of safety. And, all these bleeding hearts say, oh, my God, football's so dangerous. As Rudy Hernandez told me about boxing, he said, Steve, I was a boxer. I trained boxers. My whole family fought. We choose to do this. If you don't think we don't understand the risk of what we are doing, you are naive. I would still believe that most football players that played at any level, whether they had to quit after Pop Warner, high school, college, or retire after whatever duration their pro career, I don't think most people actually regret their choice of playing football. I really don't. This whole notion that 90% of the guys that played football don't like the game, that's another one of these talking points or an agenda that they try to push. People know what they're getting into.
Yeah, 100%. We literally signed. I always say this, JB, on the show, but I just got to remind people, we in college, we signed paperwork that says like we know the risk. And one of the risks was it could possibly end in death. Like that's something I remember signing during training camp. And it is what it is. Like you said, Steve, we knew what we were signing up for. We loved the game for whatever your reason was, whether it was the competition, whether it was what it could potentially bring to you if you make it to the next level, or even if you're just a college guy like myself, what it brought to you to that point of free education, like whatever your
Think about
reason
this,
was.
Smitty. I know so many fighters that say, I'm retired after long careers, made money, they've done well.
Yep.
And then 2 years later, they're like, I need this. I'm going back. There's not a lot of construction workers or coal miners that after they retire, 18 months later, go, honey, I got to grab my pickaxe. I got to go back into that shaft because, God, I miss it. That was so much fun. No one does that. No one does that. I mean, there's really most people that retire from civilian life. They want, as soon as they get their gold watch, they're out of here. But there's a lot of boxers that I know. They're like, Steve, I missed it. I didn't know how much I was going to miss it or how I was going to miss it. And I go, well, good luck to you. You know? Hey, by the way, Coach, any chance of you getting Asante Samuels on? Wow. Samuels is playing some press coverage on Dion and his acolyte. I am respecting Samuels.
I haven't seen
Do you agree with Samuel? Do you think he's better than Okay, all right.
No, well, that's the thing, though. I actually like the fact he's saying, I'm not kissing your ring, and all you butt kissers, I'm going to battle you.
Yeah.
But look, here's the issue, though.
Asante's got a few rings, too, right?
Two. They both got two.
He made a lot of Pro Bowls. He was an elite guy. But I think the issue is they were different styles of corner. Asante was an off-man coverage. He was not a bump and run press guy. Dion was. And I think there's an issue here, and this goes to like boxing. Roy Jones was not a traditional boxer. He broke a lot of rules, didn't lead with the jab, threw triple left hooks from the outside. He can get away with it because he's Roy Jones. Dion played a style that was even unique to him because of his speed and his burst and his twitch and his instinct. He's the only guy I've ever seen that allowed guys to get open, and as soon as a quarterback reared back, he would shift gears. Like he would give the illusion that, hey, this guy's open, and then just outrun a football almost. No one else could do that. Yeah. But a guy like Asante, who was not, he was blessed, but he was not God-gifted. Dion was God-gifted.
That's what Smitty and I were talking about. I'm like, dude, he didn't have to have technique. And I said, Dion's not the guy you go study clinic tape on. Like, he's not a guy. He's an upright guy with a little knee bend, and he really don't like backpedal, turn and run. He don't hip turn and run, which we love to see in corners. We had a long corner of mine on yesterday who's now with the Raiders, Lonnie Johnson, who's 6'4", and he's like, I'm too tall to do T-step. He goes, so I couldn't do T-step.
He does do T-step.
I mean, I'm sorry, not to do it. He's like, I got to do T-step. And I saw Pac-Man Jones, who came on the show last week, who DM'd me, was like, man, I'm similar to what your boy Lonnie said. He went on and did a whole rant as well, and he's like, you got to have that twitch. You got to have that feet. You know, I don't know, Richard Sherman, other long corners that I could think of.
For Marty.
Yeah, come on, because Dion was a long corner at that time, Steve, right?
Yeah. And he ran a 4.1.
But no doubt. But he was long armed. How old? Tell Dion's what, 6'1", 2?
I mean, I saw Dion. I remember it was like his rookie year. They're playing in Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium, and Don Beebe was not just fast for a white guy. He ran a 4.2 out of Shadron.
He was fast. Shadron.
I mean, and it's Nebraska. Not a white guy 4.2. He just ran a flat out 4.2. And I remember reading these stories about him in Inside Sports that there's this white guy that's running a 4.2, and I was like, no way, a white guy. So he catches a kickoff, and he bursts, and he's open, and he crosses midfield, and he gets to the 40. He was probably about 10 to 15 yards ahead of Dion. Dion caught him by the 10. He made a 4.2 guy look like he was an Asian guy. I've like, when I saw that, I remember watching it going, I knew Dion was fast. I didn't know he was that fast. I've never seen a guy 4'2" get run down like he had ankle weights on.
Steve, the Asian hate won't be tolerated here. I grew up with some Asians
are fast and athletic, right?
Yeah, Asians were fast growing up when I was in especially in the hood. Little
Quick
Asians
feet,
were
right?
quick, like quick. They were always compact, short, low to the ground. Steve,
we're fast at math. But
you're very big. You're a very big Asian.
I've only seen two guys
6'8"
get deep on Dion clean. I've only seen two, and they're generally very big receivers. One of them was Horace Copeland. He played at Miami, High C, with the Buccaneers. Flat out beat him on a post. I was stunned. But High C was a track guy. He was won first place at the Big East track and field events. So he's a legitimate fourth, but he had size. And the other guy, the only time I ever saw Dion get beat on a go route was Flipper Anderson. It was in 1994. It was a go route.
Yeah,
and he
Rams.
flat out stacked Dion. I've never saw. I was like, wow, he just like
UCLA, Bruin. Love him.
Out of New Jersey. So you had to be a guy. Anyone that was small, Dion was very strong in the upper body. This whole notion that Dion didn't tackle may or may not be true, but he could be physical at the line. He had a very good bench press. You could see how strong he is. And once he got his hands on you, and if you were a small guy, it was over. I didn't see a lot of small guys beat him.
Nah, it was all big guys because Jerry Rice, when he got open on Dion, Jerry Rice and Irvin, when they would get open on Dion, it was route running, precise, breakdown.
John Taylor.
Get him out of his back pedal. He had to get Dion out of his back pedal, and that was hard to do because he's so fast. So,
but this whole I disagree with Asante. Dion was never going to get a lot of interceptions. No one threw to him.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No one threw to him. I mean, he was shut down a half of a field. I mean, literally, when you went into a game plan, unless you had a Michael Irvin and you had to throw to him, you would basically say, okay, that left side or wherever Dion's at, we're not even looking. Asante was a great player, but again, he played like off-man coverage. It was different. But I like the fact he's got some guts, and he's flat out telling Dion's guys, like, hey, guys, I have a bubblegum card. It's got a lot of numbers out here. You know, I kind of respect the fact he's just like flat out saying, I don't take a backseat to anybody.
Yeah.
I respect it. I love people that just say, fuck it, stand on their business. Speaking of speed in 4.2, Nitro Tuggle, the Georgia kid was actually going 107 miles an hour in his latest arrest. Additional information has been released. Nitro, got him go fast, right?
Well, Georgia's team speed, unmatched.
You got to drive fast, Smitty. There's no way you can't have
Nitro. You kind of,
And I don't know where the NIL deal, of Nitro and the nitrous oxide and all the different things for cars. Why don't he have that NIL deal? I have no fucking idea. He better get nitrous oxide on a deal or something, or Red Bull Nitro or some sort of Nitro tagline has to go with this guy.
I don't know at what point, again, is a Georgia player going to have to kill a guy walking through a crosswalk? They've already had a death related to one of their players driving, right? About 2 years ago.
Yep.
What is going to be the tipping point where Kirby Smart calls a team meeting and has a big basket? He said, hey, all your car keys and fobs, get them in here. Get them in here.
Daniel Harris, Steve, another corner, was previously clocked at 106 miles an hour, and I think Nitro had to one-up him. He was like, I'm the better guy. I'm the better corner. I got to go 107. And this is like, it's starting to become a joke in a very unsafe space, Smitty, where there's lives at risk here. And this reminds me of the running back who got caught yesterday for the Pitbull thing. Like, did you not see the Michael Vick scenario? Like, were you not alive or something?
Yeah, but that wasn't going to stop. Look, there's drug dealers that get busted every day. That doesn't mean the drug trade stops.
No, but here's my point. I get all that, but Smitty, didn't a Raider kill someone and basically get put out of the league and is in jail now for doing this?
Henry Ruggs.
My point. That's my point. Didn't you see this, young man?
Well, that was a DUI. And again, I'm not saying that makes it better. I'm just saying the little context. That was a DUI. LaShawn Johnson, if I recall correctly, he played in the 90s at Northern Illinois. I think it was like a record-setting NCAA back. He put up some huge numbers in college.
Always a Mac guy. Always a Mac guy, too. But, yeah.
Smitty, you gonna take
I don't know what that means.
He was a good player. Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion, but damn, I don't get it. Hey, Steve, before we talk some Miami and some boxing real quick before you get out of here, Sean Strickland, who's an MMA guy. I don't know much about him. I know he's from Norco, which is right here in SoCal.
He always saying wild stuff.
I watched his last fight. He didn't win.
He did not win.
Yeah, he doesn't much of a fight. You know.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't know the guy. I don't know what he does or know the guy, but I don't have no idea who he is. Here's the thing, though. He talks a lot and he loses a lot. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's not the Floyd Mayweather of MMA, but in the UFC, nobody's really undefeated.
Right.
The fight that I watched, I was with Mario, and he wanted to watch the card, and I'm watching it. It was all right. That fight was really kind of methodical and boring. It didn't really do much. I thought he lost 4 rounds to 1.
He's
29. But he's good. But again, in the UFC, you don't get a lot of gimmies.
Yeah.
There's no one out there that's 45-0 in that business.
Yeah.
In that octagon, you are built to eventually lose. That's the way it works over there.
Smitty, I saw the post and I was like, damn, that motherfucker crazy. He's talking about eating Popeye's fried chicken, apparently, and then I guess.
What's wrong with that? That's good.
Well, I know, but he's like tying it in with what a black man experience is.
Wow.
And and then I guess what's her name? The MMA, she's a pretty cute girl. She's like a famous announcer or covers MMA. She's kind of a famous person. I guess him and her started going at it on Twitter. Take a listen to this video real quick. I gotta get Smitty's take on
Hi guys, here we're at the Popeyes, and I'm a white man, and I don't know the love of chicken, and I want the love of chicken, so I come to the Popeyes. So am I gonna like it? I think you're gonna like it. All right, so I'm gonna give it a shot, guys. I'm giving my Popeyes a shot. Time to experience what a black man experiences. And you know, I'm real white. I'm a white man, dude. I eat sushi and shit. I'm real white. I'm white trash, but I'm real white. I just want to know what this chicken is all about. I want to get to know this chicken. All right. That's some damn good chicken. I might be a believer, man. I might be a chicken believer.
See, I think brothers get a bad rap because I told Smitty I love chicken. Huh?
Doesn't everybody eat chicken?
Yes. Everybody eats chicken. Chicken
mean,
universe. Chicken like drinking water, homie.
Right. A lot of people don't eat red meat for whatever reason.
Right.
And they eat poultry.
Chicken's like what?
But everybody eats chicken.
Like what?
But
you're vegetarian.
Chicken's like what?
Eating chicken is like drinking water. Everybody eats chicken.
Right. Everyone eats chicken. I mean, they make it sound like there's like one.
It's not a black thing.
By the way, there's a Popeyes in Montebello.
He went out of his way though to act like it was a black thing.
Yeah.
By the way, there's actually a Popeyes
he's a good fighter, but
Montebello.
he's a troll outside the ring. He always just does stuff for attention, and we just gave it to him. So shout out to you and Bailey for giving it to him.
There's a Popeyes in Montebello right off of Beverly and Wilcox.
I love Popeyes.
And by the way, a lot of Mexicans are in line because I go there once in a while.
Everybody.
The Popeyes I go to, the whole kitchen is ran by Mexicans.
Right. And so all the customers in Montebello have to be at least 2/3 Mexican in that city.
Well, hey,
that is it.
Cisco and Ruben make my sushi nowadays, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. The Mexicans are running everything.
Yeah, I'd be suspicious of that. Unless it's an old Japanese guy named Nobu. I'm not trusting that. I'll be honest with you.
Popeye got some of the best wings right now, too, though. We're going to go to get you a 6-piece sweet spicy, 6-piece barbecue, and a 6-piece hot with side of ranch.
Where?
Wow. At Popeyes. They wings is crazy.
I haven't had it. I don't eat fast food no more. I'm on a health kick. I'm getting ripped up. I got a 6-pack again.
Really?
No, not ever going to have a 6-pack. I'm never going to have a 6-pack. I drink too much. Smitty, Steve, Jersey Mike's has officially become the new food sponsor. Speaking of food for the NFL, Subway is gone. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the fat guy who actually got put on whatever that.
Oh, that was a decade ago. Old Jared. That was about a decade ago.
Yeah, he lied. He didn't lose weight from eating Subway. He took the shot. But anyway, where you at with this? Where you at with this new replacement with Jersey Mike's?
I like Jersey Mike. It's solid.
Is it because of Danny DeVito?
No, I don't think so either. Jersey Mike's pretty good. I've had it a few times. Subway's kind of fallen off. And
what's your order, Steve, from Jersey Mike? I'm putting you on the spot. What's your order? I'm more of a club sub guy. That's kind of what I do, club sub. Or if I want to keep it simple, I might go turkey and provolone. What's your order, Steve?
Generally the sub that I get, no matter where I'm at, and I go to this other place, I like the Italian grinder generally, whatever version of that is.
I never had that one. The only one I get is California Classic, avocado, bacon, ranch. Best ever.
You know what place I like because of the chicken salad sandwich? Togo's.
Damn, is Togo's still around?
Is Togo's good?
But now it's gone. It's too gone. But
I'm about to say Togo's ain't around anymore.
Yeah, it's too gone now. But it was good. I liked it though.
I used to drive by a few Togo's when I first moved out here. I just never stopped by.
Steve, that's like telling me that fucking Penguins is still around and fucking.
Right. Togo's is gone.
Togo's might still be around, y'all. Hold on.
No.
It's too gone. It's too
gone. Hey, Steve, I'm be honest though.
I'm telling you, there's the Togo's in Torrance. Togo sandwiches, right?
Can't be the same Togo's. No way.
Yeah, because the one in Montebello closed up.
Look it up. I'm about to send you a link, Bailey. Togo's is still around, y'all.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Wait, Ruben and Doc Mendoza in here saying that Long Beach has a Togo's.
They say Togo's everywhere.
But they've had a slump. I'm just telling you.
I'm going to Togo's today. I'm going
hey,
to
Steve,
Togo's
if we're rating our all-time sandwich spots, I got to be honest. The one that's Firehouse subs.
Yeah.
Never had those.
Firehouse. To me, Firehouse is up there. And I miss Quiznos, man.
Quiznos was good.
Individually owned. I love Quiznos, man.
Why do you miss it? It's still around.
Quiznos?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't see that many of them.
There's a Quiznos by my barber, my old barber spot off of Greenhouse Valley Circle and what's that intersection? Here, I'm gonna look it up for you.
I don't know. Firehouse is good though.
The best. Mike's Deli's the best one. You gotta come to the hood though.
Mike, yeah, there's some places out here that have great sandwiches. I've been making my own sandwich on the flat grill though, Steve. I can't wait to do another Palooza because I got this flat grill that's unbelievable. I'm gonna cook a lot of stuff. Been doing a lot of Asian cuisine. You would be proud of me. A lot of Asian cuisine, a lot of fried rice. It's like a flat grill wok. I throw water on there, oil, all the stuff. So it is what it is.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah. I don't know why you're hungry, but anyway. Real quick, Steve. The Titans are rumored to be working out and sitting down with Cam Ward individually now after his workout. Is it a foregone conclusion that he goes number one? And then I got to ask you about the Russell Wilson signing before you leave because does that mean that Aaron Rodgers is a Steeler or are the Steelers shrewd?
I have no idea what Aaron Rodgers is doing. And quite frankly, he may not either. And there comes a point like, Aaron, you want to be our quarterback or not? If you're going to be a guy that's just going to be a pure mercenary, get out of here. I get the frustration of Cam Hayward. You want to lead us, start leading now. Stop acting like you're going to do us a favor by coming in as late as possible. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not. I have standards for my quarterbacks, or at least the good ones. You have to be the first in, last out. I don't want you thinking about, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might host Jeopardy next year or play football. You know what? Go host Jeopardy. Be Alex Trebek. Okay? Now, as it relates to Tennessee, all I could say to the Titan fans is start making some Super Bowl plans. Cam is coming. And I'm glad you didn't make that decision. That other guy from Colorado, nah, y'all want Cam. I'm glad that they didn't get sucked into the whole Shedeur Sanders thing. Clearly the number one quarterback in the whole wide world, Cam Ward.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever hear from him again. You'll never hear from him again.
Get out of here.
I think
look at him.
I don't think you'll ever hear
Warren Moon 2.0. God.
Hey, Warren Moon was on Sean Salisbury and I show yesterday. Shout out to Warren Moon. Hamilton High School, West LA Junior College.
5-time Grey Cup world champion.
5-time Grey Cup. Yeah.
But
Steve,
for the Giants getting Russell Wilson, all I could say is this. They have a quarterback room of Russell and eat that W Winston. Oh my God! I need a reality show.
That's my God.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could be the quarterback coach in that room.
They gotta be hard knocks in there, boy. They gotta get hard knocks.
I mean, you want to talk about a new show? You want to do? You know how they do all the remakes and they just make it totally different. This is the new Odd Couple.
Yeah,
Russ and Jameis. Oh, I'm just telling you, it's gonna be good. No, it's gonna be good. No, it's gonna
Hey,
be some
we got some inside information on Aaron Rodgers, by the way. A video leaked on Aaron Rodgers on what him and Brian Daboll discussed when they met.
Really?
Yeah, take a listen. That's what the fucking meeting was.
So we've gained no ground, huh?
Steve, Brian Daboll's like, fuck, give me the other weirdo, Russell weirdo. I'll take him. At least he wants to play. I don't know, Steve. The question I have before you leave, though, do the Giants still take a QB? There's no way, in my opinion, they can.
I mean, here's my issue is I think at number 3, they're thinking, okay, now we can get something else or trade down and work in volume. Or if you trade down and there's a Jackson Dart, or later on there's a Tyler Shuck,
yep,
or the young man out of Kyle McCord that ruined my season. Look, because both Russell and Jameis are on 1-year deals, so there's not that much of an investment in it. But the Giants, when you're that bad, you need more than one thing. You need a little bit of everything, as I like to say. I got a question for you, Coach. I'm not that high on Stephon Diggs to New England with the young quarterback coming off a big knee injury. Are you? I don't know what the big deal is with that.
Nah, I talked to Shaun Salisbury, who covered him in Houston last year. Only thing he said positive was that the shitbird characteristic issue didn't really pop up and become prevalent in Houston. So maybe he learned and got better. I don't know, but maybe the injury humbled him. I don't know, but maybe the whole Josh Allen the negative light he got as basically Tad the bad guy. Maybe he was like, fuck it, I got to change my image, as Smitty was saying earlier with LeBron and his brand. Maybe he's like, I gotta do this, change my brand style. I don't know. Maybe he's a different dude. He's a talented dude, but after a knee injury, to Smitty's point, $26 million is guaranteed. The $70 million is a possible no grab. You may not ever get that money. So
he's on the other side of 30, and I looked at his numbers. He's a high volume catch guy. Had multiple seasons of over 100 grabs, but his yards is like 12.5 to 13. He's not what I'd call a game-breaking type of receiver.
Yeah.
This is a tough one because if he didn't like life with Josh Allen, didn't have a really short run with CJ Stroud, he was productive before he got injured.
Yeah.
Do you really want a young quarterback in Drake May who showed some promise here and there to have a temperamental guy?
That's my whole thing. Like, does the reward outweigh the risk was my question to Smitty yesterday. I don't know. For a guy like Drake May, who a lot of people say, oh, he made strides, and we got a better rookie class than we thought with Drake May and Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and all these guys that perform well, especially Jaden Daniels leading the way.
But then again, there's a reality for New England. Irving Fryer and Stanley Morgan ain't walking through that door.
Nah, they're not.
That's what I'm saying. They at the end of the day, you're going to deal with guys, with personalities in the league. It is what it is. New England needs talent, and this guy is an upgrade over anything that they've had in recent years. And they got Mike Vrabel as the head coach. He's a guy who's firm and stern. I think he's going to keep that locker room in check. We never heard anything when he was the head coach with the Tennessee Titans when he had A.J. Brown. We started hearing something about A.J. Brown till he got to Philly. So I think Vrabel will keep that locker room in check, and Diggs is a super talented guy. I'm sure there might be some moments where we'll see him on the sideline, upset like every receiver does. That's just a receiver.
Smitty asked my question. I was going to ask you real quick. If you told me you had Mike Vrabel, though, are you as concerned as you would be with Mayo?
No, because if he acts up, he might get choke slammed, which is a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's an impetus to behave a little bit differently. But New England has dealt in volume this free agency. They brought in a lot of veterans. Matt Collins, really good special teams player. John Hadley, who really studies this, he thinks New England's had a great offseason.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But Drake May showed some promise. I think he'll be a player. Whether he's a great one, we shall see. But, yeah, we'll see. But Vrabel runs a tight ship. He's an old school coach. I will say that he's not Mike McDaniels. Let's just put it that way.
And for everything that we say about Stephon Diggs with the Bills, I mean, him and Josh Allen has their best years of their career together. So like we can say there was noise and all that, but they went to an AFC Championship together, perennial playoff team, won the AFC East every single year, and the numbers on both sides were amazing.
Right, with the Smitty, that's my question. So why did he force his way out?
I hear you. I'm with you. I mean, it seemed like it was both sides there at the end. Josh Allen did a great job of being quarterbackial and not giving too much anytime he got asked about the situation. But there was clear, you could tell there were issues between those two, and I think that's what led to them splitting. But I think this is a productive player still. I think he has something still left in the tank.
Steve, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to grade this performance before you walked out of here. Bailey, let Steve break this down.
Oh boy.
Is that someone that you want? I don't know if LeBron wants that smoke, Steve.
I mean, Stephen A. did say, Steve, he said if LeBron would have put his hands on him, he would have swung on him immediately. What he said.
I mean, rest in peace to George Foreman, but George Foreman looked much better at 74 years old hitting the bag than that scat does at 49.
Well, that's George Foreman.
Swinging A. Smith. Someone had to have leaked that video without his consent. That's worse than a sex video. No, I'm being serious.
That's a great. That's your best take of the day, Steve. Right there. That had to be your best take. We're gonna clip that and put it out there. There's no way.
Better try to come off as this Brooklyn tough guy.
That's my point.
That kind of hurts your cause. I mean, like when I think of him, when I think of that form, I think of Charles Barkley's golf swing and Tim Tebow's release. And so, just looking at that form, if he would have swung on LeBron, he probably may have like dented LeBron's kneecap or thigh. I mean, I don't expect him to look like Floyd Mayweather anyway, but God, dog, that's.
I mean, he brought some power from the hip, Steve. He opened the hips up, came in. The foot turned Steve a little bit.
Yeah, you can't defend Smitty. You can't defend everything.
Yeah,
I've seen housewives getting boxing lessons at the gym who have literally never had their hands wrapped look better than that.
Steve.
I mean, that is bad. And by the way, folks, the mitts are the most overrated thing. Go hit a heavy bag properly. That's really the best way to actually learn how to turn over your punches properly on your two big knuckles. God, that's embarrassing. I don't want to hear Stephen A. Smith say, I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah.
So if y'all got in a boxing ring, if we had a boxing match, Steve versus Steve in 3 rounds, what's happening?
I'd take it. Only thing I'd insist, I'd want 10-ounce gloves, no headgear.
What the fuck, Steve?
Yeah, Smitty. I got Steve Kim all day long. No, there's no question about it.
Y'all the same height. Y'all both 6'3".
Hey, I'm telling you, we could get Mario Lopez to be the ref. We could get Pat McAfee and LeBron and Whitlock.
Well, hold on. I'm not trying to claim I can fight, but God, that is bad. That's embarrassing when you try to have the persona of I'm a tough guy from the East Coast and I'm hood and I'm this and I'm that and I do all that. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted by how bad you look. Come on,
Steve.
Leak that video. Stephen A. Smith needs to beat but with the baseball bat because we know you can't punch. Whoever released that video, Stephen A. needs to get his homies to beat that guy up. So that is bad.
Smitty, we all know athletes.
Yeah.
I consider myself as an athlete. I can swing a golf club naturally. I can swing a baseball bat, shoot pool. I can get in the soccer goalie net. I could slap shot a hockey. I could hit a tennis ball. I could throw a football. I could shoot a basketball. I think you don't have to be the most athletic, but being an athlete, Smitty, I think you can do a lot of things and look good at it. I've seen him shoot a basketball.
Not bad.
He's not bad. Not bad.
Pretty good.
No, but it's a horrible athletic move.
No, it's not bad. He can stroke it a little bit.
Yeah, I disagree with you, JB.
It ain't my shot,
I look horrible swinging a golf club.
Angel Reese.
I look horrible.
You're not
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
He's not Angel Reese. Come on.
Yeah,
his stroke ain't bad. I give him credit. His stroke is not bad. This is how honest I am. His stroke is not bad.
Smitty's a one-gap guy. He's an A-gap guy. We've put Smitty in A-gap. He didn't have to do
nose,
too much.
3-tech, and I play DN. I can do anything up front on the D-line, and I grew up playing basketball. Other than that, I look horrible on golf swing, look horrible swinging on baseball.
But hold on, though. We're forgetting the fact that Stephen A. Smith said basketball is his sport.
Well,
come on now.
Okay, in that context,
let's not forget that. And that's
by
his
the
shot.
way, guys,
That's his sport shot.
He's 59 years old.
You ever seen Mike Tyson try to shoot a basketball?
Yeah.
He breaks all stereotypes of every black guy being able to play basketball because he's a fighter.
Yeah,
he's a
exactly.
Fighter.
Smitty, same way. Have you seen Smitty shoot?
Look, I've seen a lot of world-class athletes come into the gym and try to box. The only thing worse than their technique is their stamina. They have nothing left after 30 seconds. I don't think people understand how hard it is to actually hit a heavy bag properly with your hands up and bang, bang, bang.
And not break their wrist.
Properly. And to understand how much friction you got to have and how they don't even know how to really ball their fist up properly with the hand wrap. The hand wrap has to come a certain way. Joe Goosen taught me. So you got to have the certain amount of padding, and the gauze has to come right around the top of your two big knuckles throughout your palm. And then you have to understand how you even place your feet. When I hear athletes say, I could box. Yeah, UPS, you cannot. It's an insult.
It's tiring.
There's no lightweight champion that says, well, I could play middle linebacker. They don't. I actually think every football player that says, I can box and beat this guy, I would say, I will take you to a gym. I'll pick out the smallest Mexican. And as long as we do boxing rules, they will beat you to a pulp. Have some respect for this game. By the way, I'm going to boxing.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco's actually trained. He's pretty good. I actually like what he does.
Good feet.
Really?
He has good feet, and he actually knows how to be out here.
Yeah.
He actually is pretty good, but he's trained a lot. Look, if he fought James Harrison, if it was MMA rules, he'd have no shot because once he gets grabbed,
killed.
The physical strength. Now, if it was actually boxing rules, I believe it or not, I would favor Ocho Cinco. If it was 3-minute rounds,
stay outside.
I would favor Ocho Cinco because he's got boxing skills. He's got a much better foundation. I remember Ray Mancini is a great friend of mine. Boom, boom. He was actually in the same camp of Ed Too Tall Jones. When Too Tall Jones retired for 1 year, he may have been the best defensive end in football, had a contract issue with the Cowboys. He decided to box. And I've asked Ray one day, how was Too Tall? He said, Steve, what a great guy. Great athlete. Man, he was great at everything, except when it came to actually fighting. He just started too late. He said he worked hard. He was a great guy. He's the type of guy you'd want as a bodyguard. But, Steve, it's different in the ring with other trained professionals. And little Mexicans were knocking down Too Tall. It was on CBS. So I'm just telling you, it's just like boxing and fighting is a different realm. It truly is. And I think it's the best workout you can get from the very bottom of your heels to the top of your head. There's nothing, just shadow boxing with 2-pound weights. That's how I start off all of my workouts after I get warmed up.
Hey,
That's
Steve.
an unbelievable workout. If you do that just for 3 rounds properly.
Hey, Steve, how do you grade Frank Gore, who's knocking cats out?
Not bad. That's another guy that started really late. He's not bad. He's pretty good. And one of my friends, Quatrine Hill, who actually blocked for Frank in Miami, he was pretty good, but he started late. He was a southpaw, a little bit like Chris Bird. He had a couple pro fights. He was pretty decent for the amount of experience he had. Alonzo Highsmith, Zoe, he actually fought Mark Gastineau and knocked him out in a minute on a George Foreman undercard in Tokyo, Japan back in 1996. For a guy that started at about age 28, 29, Alonzo was pretty good. Alonzo's pretty good, but again, that experience of just knowing how to breathe, having enough, the ability to actually be calm under pressure. And most basketball and football athletes are trained to be explosive and short bursts, right? Boxing is a 3-minute interval. People do not understand how tough it is just to keep your hands up, elbows in proper position, chin down just a little bit for 3 minutes. Try it in the mirror. Time yourself out.
Yeah,
3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
We've seen
without
so
throwing
many.
a punch. That's without throwing a punch. That is actually more difficult than people think. So when people said to me years ago, Tiger Woods is the greatest athlete on earth, and I'd say, first of all, it's golf. No offense. Second of all, an average 4-round fighter is a better athlete than any golfer.
Oh, not
That's
a question.
Truth.
There's not a question.
People hated to hear that, but little Pepe and Jose, the little 18-pounders, they are better athletes than anyone on the PGA.
I even talked to like Brett Boone and other guys off the record, like pitchers. You know, there used to be guys on the mound that we David Wells and Boomer is a friend of mine. Like he was like, man, and at some point I was drinking beer every day. I didn't work out. I could still throw 195 miles an hour, and I don't got to be athletic no more.
Terry Forster, the left-hander.
Yeah.
Remember, David Letterman got famous because he goes, hey, guys, in one of his monologues, I saw this guy on the Braves. Name is Terry Forster. He goes, what a fat tub of goo. I was like, God. And then Forster came out to the Letterman show, and they did a segment. It was really funny because Forster didn't think, he thought, I am a fat guy. Because there's no doubt about it, but I made a nice living. But when I go to the gyms and I see a professional, especially a world-class fighter, like a Junto Nakatani, who our good friend Rudy Hernandez trained, and I've filmed some of his stuff, his ability to shoot off punches quickly with speed and technique and to maintain that level for 10, 15 rounds during a day of training, and this is after sparring, is amazing. And he's 118 pounds, and he's like a little weapon. He's a weapon. I think everyone should do a boxing workout at least once in their lives for about a month. You'll have a whole new respect for that sport.
I did it for a day, Smitty. I did it for a day when I was playing, and I said, nah, fuck this. I'll never do it again. I just did it for one day. Our coach made the whole team do it, and I was like, nah, fuck that. We had trainers come in. I remember
the year Winston Justice, he was a right tackle, Long Beach Poly, and he got suspended from USC, got in some trouble. So for that year, he started going to Wild Card, worked out with the late, great McAfee, who trained me. And me and Winston got pretty close. We go out to lunch. We talk about stuff. He will tell you how difficult it was because he had problems getting through the workouts, huffing and puffing. But he said, look, I need to learn how to punch. It's good for my hands. But he will tell you it was probably more difficult for him than football because he just was not a natural boxer. Wasn't supposed to be. So, yeah, Smitty, go out to a boxing gym one day. Get some.
I want to. I'm nervous and excited. You know what I mean? I want to do it. I want to try it out, though.
Yeah. So I'll be driving out in about 30 minutes out to Las Vegas, ESPN fights. So here's the boxing rundown. On the Zone, there's the rematch between William Zapata and Tevin Farmer. Pretty decent fight. Good rematch. And Oscar Collazo, probably the best Puerto Rican champions on that undercard. That's from Cancun. So there's a chance that Nick Van Exel might be in the front row. But I'm going out to the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. There's a lot of other fights going on. There's a women's main event. There's
when is this?
WBO. This is on Saturday. Welterweight champion.
But you're going tonight?
Brian Norman, leaving in about 30 minutes. But the guy I'm there to see is Bruce Carrington, featherweight contender out of Brooklyn. I think he's a really sharp, all-around technician. I like
Steve, if I were to pull up, you give me in?
Yeah. If you pull up, try to actually show up this time. But, yeah, I could probably pull a few strings. But I like Shushu. I think
it's shitty weather here, Steve.
He's a Mike Tyson fan.
Steve, it's shitty weather here. I might decide. I might say, maybe shoot up to Vegas in the new whip. Try to hit.
Hey, no, Mike. Make a decision right now. Are you going? Yes or no?
Well, he's not be a game time decision.
Steve, we'll see. Steve, I might meet you at Del Taco. I might cut you off in
Barstow. That's the spot. That's the
I might cut you off in Barstow. I might cut you off in Barstow. Steve, you know where I won't be going?
Where's that?
Got very disturbing news just now.
What's that?
I may not be moving to Arizona anymore.
Why not? What happened?
Our good friend Pat Perez just sent me this. Smitty, disappointment. Bailey, I know.
It says, welcome to Title IX. That's the name of the bar. The only Phoenix bar where women's sports are always on.
Well, Coach, hold on, Coach. You're overreacting. Why do you need to worry about something that'll be out of business by April or May?
Good point.
They've tried that. There have been other bars like that, and you literally could have thrown a hand grenade during happy hour, and no one would have gotten hurt. It's about as crowded as the theaters for Snow White this past week. So you're good. Don't worry about it.
Shout out to Title IX. I will be there my next time I'm in Arizona. Yeah. I'm watching Caitlin Clark
You'll have a
Curry,
whole
Clark,
section. You'll have a
and
whole
the
restaurant
Indiana
to yourself,
Fever
Smitty.
ball out, Steve. Indiana
Smitty,
Fever.
you'll have a whole restaurant to yourself. You can walk in and say, "Excuse me, I have a reservation," and they'll say, "Smitty, none needed." Anyway, guys, I got stuff to do.
Safe travel, Steve.
Hey,
Let me know,
I'll
Coach.
text you. All right, later.
He ain't going, Steve. All right. Shout out to Steve, Kim.
And do we have like a sad song?
Yeah, turn one on. Find an instrumental somewhere. In the eyes of the angel.
Disappointed in the state of Arizona, man. You could pull out your strap, but I guess you could pull out your strap on also. But
I don't get why you're upset that they have a bar that's for women's sports. Don't go there if you don't want to watch women's sports. This is for people who want to watch women's sports.
Well, I won't go there. I won't go there.
I'm saying you don't want women around you in men's spaces. So this is a good thing for you, right? You don't want women to be at the manly bar, right? Where you're chugging down beers and eating wings. So now they can go here and they'll be, segregated from you. You don't have to be around women. I know you don't like being around women for some reason. So they'll be at Title IX, eating wings, mozzarella sticks, watching the women play, WNBA, gymnastics, college March Madness with the women, all that. They'll have their own bar. You should be excited for that. I don't understand that. Women play sports, homie. Sorry.
I don't. It's just funny. I see that.
Hate being around women. I hate Smitty's takes. Yeah. Now I love it because anytime it's something to do with like this or politics, they know me, you are going to disagree. They get so angry with me. I love it.
I get I see these comments all the time. They're like, Smitty's funny. I'm starting to like Smitty. I see like these guys, and then you say something, and then the same guy will come later. Like, I don't. Get rid of Smitty. It's fucking unbelievable, homie. They wanted Shaun King to be the co-host for months, right?
Yeah.
He came on and had a take about what do you have a take about? Oh, the Georgia kids being arrested for speeding.
Yeah.
They all hate Shaun King now again.
Our fans are so
you can't please these motherfuckers. I don't understand. You don't realize you'll never please the masses. Never.
They love you though. Yeah, shout out to them.
Nah, but even the ones that love me to hate me.
I might be quoted today right there.
I be saying some shit that
you should have said that, homie, for the moral.
I'm not saying I'm the coldest motherfucker ever.
Okay.
But I'll sure take his place till he get here. Yeah. We'll be back in 4 minutes, homie.
Savannah Bananas baseball team that does all the dancing, The Savannah Bananas baseball team that does all the dancing. Coach JB, just react to this, man, and kind of give you a take on why so many people watch this. They're one of the more popular, sports teams. Don't know like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball is how I would compare it. And very popular. People love them. They literally sell out crowds, make a lot of money. A lot of these guys actually played, I think, baseball at some point for real, like maybe in college or whatever. Now they kind of do this thing for fun. But what's your take? Why do you think so many people actually like them? Hey, baby. Good morning.
Go back to his name. Rewind. Go back. Rewind it. Right there. Pause it. Go back to his name, Bailey. Let me see his last name. Let me see it right there. That's why. Because he sucks cocks. Because he's a gay. This is gay. Suck cocks. That's why. He has the perfect last name. The fuck are we doing here, homie?
You a homophobe, homie.
The fuck are we doing? God damn. Oh, hell no. You fucking shitting me. You would not go see this fucking in real life. Stop the cat. Tell me right now, truth or lie. Would you go see this?
I don't watch baseball like that.
You wouldn't go see. Just keep it. Smitty's so good at this media shit. Like, you all talk that shit, and he always wants to fluff me. Fluff me. He's good at this, homie. He knows how to be so mainstream corporate. I can't wait to get him out of there. I gotta be honest. I can't wait to get him out and
I still ain't gonna be you. That's what makes our show great, though, in my opinion. If we were the exact same,
you'll be a little different. Like, you might have just been like, nah, JV, that's a little too gay for me. Like, you might have said that. You might say that one day.
You're
like,
crazy, man.
Like how Smitty said, like, yeah, I don't like baseball like that. Like, he skipped over the mirrors and the cocks and all that shit. He skipped over all that shit.
I'm a bad boy, homie. I'm a bad boy, homie.
You know how to do it. Like, you know how to play the game.
The chat, like, they so micro, like, thinkers. They're so simple-minded that they don't even catch all the little shit I be doing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no. I'm so good in advance in this space because I have the it factor again, because I don't have to watch Laker games. I know everything about the game last night.
We're in the building. It's Truth Town Thursday. All woman bar. Can't fuck with it. I agree with Steve, though. Probably won't be open by the time I go. If I move to Arizona, probably won't be there anyway. Fuck it. Shitty week in California. Little, like, low temp, cloud coverage, a lot of overcast skies. Not a happy camper in California this week.
I gotta leave right at 9 today.
You just came off vacation, homie.
Yeah, but our show is 6 to 9, homie.
We don't have a time. We don't have like a. We don't have like a time, homie.
It's just like whenever, like
I'm saying.
Whenever the energy, we didn't end the show at 9:40 before, 9:15, 9:07, 8:30. Like, we just be on some hood stuff on this show.
Hey, we got a broad that a broad that I dropped that I used to fuck with her. I took her to Olive Garden and she wore this outfit, and I dropped her. Just want to get your take on it.
Oh, jeez. Take on what? Huh?
What'd you say? Ooh, she's for?
Not a little neck pain.
I took her to Olive Garden and she showed up like that. I'm like, come on, you know. Anyway, what's your take on this outfit she wore at Olive Garden on me?
Can you play it again? I gotta like see it visually to break it down.
We might get hit. We better not show it too long, homie.
I mean, I'll get hit on this. I mean, you might get hit.
Yeah, let's remove that.
I wouldn't want. Yeah, let's take it off. I don't know why you put that even on there. I wouldn't want my wife to wear that in public. If I am in these streets and just somebody who I'm just like messing around with, having fun with, cool. That's cool because I know the type of time she on, and that's gonna be like a teaser to what the night is going.
I wouldn't even like. I don't even know if I would like a toss around bit. I don't even think I would take a toss around bit like around like that.
Yeah, she thick though. I'm a soft, natural until she work out a little bit. Ain't no surgery. That's all. That's sweet.
Best way.
Nice. But let's be real too. Like we don't want to lie to the chat. That was not you. You don't know her from Adam.
No, I did. I dropped her.
What's her name?
Nisha.
Nisha what?
What?
What? Nisha what? I'm gonna look up on Instagram.
Tanisha, homie.
Tanisha what?
I don't know.
Okay.
What?
King David Cartel said that's not thick, Smith. That's slim.
Yeah, she's like a slim thick. You guys call it now, I think. Right? Is that what it would be called? Slim thick?
Slim thick, small waist. You know, it's all about proportions. Small waist, nice hip to waist ratio, meaty butt, cuffed underneath, jiggle, bounce, all that.
Yeah. We got a legendary guy, man. The head football coach, Texas Southern, legendary Houston Oiler back in the day. Chris Dishman joins the show in a few minutes. That's
a crazy transition.
What is?
Well, our transitions be crazy. We be talking about some off the wall stuff, and then we go to something serious.
I mean, be honest, they're probably the best in all the media, but nobody's gonna give us credit until we blow up.
Right. Yeah, that's typically how it is.
Sometimes you hold us down from blowing up. So
think so. Like break down how I hold us down. Why you drink that Red Bull? You all right?
A lot. She said. You hold us down like in a lot of ways, like gray area. We can't be gray area like McAfee yet because we're not big enough. So you're gray area. You're not like right or left. You're just straight down the middle. You got to be like one way or the other. Like you just told me that on the show to make a decision about going to Steve Kim. Like I have to. I got to do that, but you don't.
Because you're putting a friend in a compromising position. He like to get you a ticket. He has to make calls. He's given me tickets before. It's a process. You got to make calls, make sure you get the extra ones, a good ticket. So he needs to know now if you're coming or not. Because if you're not, then maybe that ticket can go to somebody else. Maybe I'm going to Vegas. Maybe somebody else is going to be there. So Steve needs to know so he can handle his stuff.
No more.
You're holding him hostage.
Like nobody goes to Vegas anymore for some reason. It's unbelievable.
I'm gonna go there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's bad right now. Like, there's nobody there. Apparently, it's cheap. You can go get a room like at the Venetian or the Aria or something for like nothing. I heard.
That's a lie.
Huh?
That's a lie. Whoever told you that's lying to you.
Well, I got a couple hookups. So
you got hookups, like real hookups in Vegas?
Yeah.
So like hypothetically, if I needed a room.
Yeah, real shit. On my daughter and my dad. If you ever needed a real legit room for like the best price you can possibly ever find, yeah, I got that hookup.
I needed first week of May. I'm gonna see you today. I'm not lying either.
Nah, I don't know if I can do it at that time.
You just told me you just put on your daughter. You just put on your dad grave and your daughter. That you got.
I can't get the price.
10 seconds later, you say I don't think I can do it. Like what the hell just happened?
I can't get the price though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm confused.
What?
Can you get it or can you not get it?
I can't get it. But the date you requested, I don't know.
I didn't get you a date. I just said the first week of May. That could be any date that week.
I'm saying I don't know if I can do that day. I can't get it though.
What date worked for you?
I don't know.
But you know you can get it.
I know I can get it.
You have no idea what date you could get it.
Right. What does it sound like? Sound like BPS.
I guess I'll just stay.
Hey, Bailey, real quick. Smitty was unfortunately not on the show. He missed Friday and Monday. And I wanted to recap and get into something if Bailey could find it again. But I wanted to get back to something that we forgot about, and I don't want to let it slip by because this was a very instrumental part of the show. And I think it needs to be discussed. And I don't know. I think Smitty actually is someone that can discuss it in a manner that is conducive for the growth and success of this show going forward. To be put on a different level. And I got to get a black man's take on something. Go ahead and show this, Smitty.
Oh man.
Why are you laughing?
Well, I was laughing at first because you were trying to think of a way to say it, and you just went and said a black man's steak. And then that transition to this. This is hard. This is hard. Now, if you want to put Big Smitty in the water, this is how you put Big Smitty in the water. I want to pull up in a drop top with the top off, just rolling in the water, homie. That's cold. I've never seen it before in my life. That's a boat?
I don't know. I think it's a jet ski. But here's the cold part. We can't zoom in, but if you notice,
he's being dragged by the actual boat. Gotcha.
No, he not. No, hell no, he's not.
He just next to him. Okay.
That motherfucker, that's his homie. And
he brushing his hair and everything.
No, he's not brushing his hair. That's old school in the club with the white rag.
Oh, yeah.
He's sweating. It was hot that day. He was with the white rag. Oh, BPS to a full, like back in the day in the club. He got the white rag. You know how we put it in the pocket. He had the white rag. Homie, he took it around and took off, homie. The motherfucker hit about 60, 70.
Fast?
Yeah. So I think it's a jet ski with a top. Here's the part about it though, because the Coast Guard came up to checking on cats because we were just sitting there chilling, anchored up like all these guys, and they were like, "Yeah, man, we've already had to issue tickets to this guy because it's not illegal, but it is I guess a safety hazard for him and other people. So apparently, if it flips over in the water, he's data.
It's over.
You can't get out."
Why? He got a seatbelt on?
Nah, just a matter of like if it lands on top and he's in there,
you can't swim out of there.
He better be. But if he can't, I'm just saying, because it'll be like a little air trap. They're saying for a hot minute, and then it'll just sink on top of him. It'll capture all the water, and then just another.
That's
tragedy.
clean though. It's all red. It's your favorite color. It's my favorite color. Black rims. You know they tins. You keep them clean though. I like it, homie. That's hot. You should get one for us.
Would you take that? Would you take that? Would you take that to Havasu?
Yep, Lake Havasu. I would definitely take it to Lake Havasu. Get our branding on the side of that, homie. That'd be great promo for the show.
You do the show in there normally if we did that.
If you got that, I would. Yep.
So you would get in that small thing, but not on a 40-foot yacht.
Yep. And your yacht is 30. It's not 40. Let's keep it real, homie. 32.
36 and a half. But
why'd you say 40? Why'd you round it up?
Well, it's rounded up. You said 30 though.
I mean, you went up, I went down. We can do it however you want to do it. I mean, it's 36.
But if you go to math class, if you went to math class, like unless you went to LeBron school of math, it is in the middle.
Let's be accurate, homie. Let's be accurate.
Man, we got a legend, man. Can't wait to ask him about a lot of things. He's a head football coach currently, man. NFL legend. I watched him growing up play for the Houston Oilers in particular, but he played for the Chiefs and the Vikings and the Redskins and a lot of places, man. And so a two-time Kentucky All-State player, by the way, in high school, and an unbelievable talent. And he's now the head coach at Texas Southern, where some great football is being played. A lot of talent down there in Houston. Let's bring in our main man, legendary Chris Dishman, Coach Dishman. I like to call him because he is a coach.
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing, brother?
How you guys doing today?
Man, we're good, brother. We're good.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, I know you're at the office, man, grinding. You in spring ball, Coach?
Yeah, we're on our 5th practice as of today. And, we got a lot of guys out there that just want to do good. That's the great thing about coaching college. These guys are very motivated, trying to get to the next level and just try to win a championship. I think the first year we had to set a culture, and I think this year we now have to change the culture and set it for a winning ways.
Coach, how are you handling this whole NIL thing, man? As far as this pay to play, this whole thing, I know it's crazy.
It's very easy for me. I don't deal in the NIL because we don't have the funds to do that. It's very easy for me to handle it. I tell the guys this. You can come. You have 11 games to put your resume out there. If you cannot get a job within 11 games, then you don't deserve NIL. We play 11 games. You can go out there and showcase your skills to all the 32 teams out there in the NFL. And now they have the UFL, and now they have Canadian football. So they have a lot more leagues where you can showcase your talent to than when I was coming out. So if you cannot get into one of those leagues and showcase your talent and show them that you deserve the big bucks, then you can't get an NIL deal here.
That's real. No, it's definitely real, Coach. One thing that you just mentioned was, last year being your first year there and trying to really like rebuild the culture. Talk about that, just that process. Just how difficult it was to come in year one, kind of learn your players, learn the environment, and be able to bring in your vision for how you want to see this football team.
Well, you know how it is when you first come in. Everybody's looking at you sideways, wanting to know if you can do the job, and you may be too soft in this end. You may be too hard in this end. You may not know enough in this end. And everyone from your grandma to your grandpa to your cousin, uncles, and aunties, everyone have a guy who has a guy, and everyone have a solution for your problems. So I try to stay grounded as much as possible, listen to my mentors. I have a very good mentor in Coach Phil Bennett. He has been by my side each and every day. I can call him and, hey, what do you think about this? What's going on with that? So I listen to people who have played the game, who has been in the game more than anything.
Coach, you're in Houston. Lot of talent. Obviously, you're right there next to the University of Houston.
Did I go out? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we still got you, Coach.
Okay.
You hear me? Yeah. You're in Houston, Coach, right near the university. Good friend of mine, Willie Fritz, is the head coach there. Obviously, resources are a little different, but the talent base is heavy, right? It's a talent-rich state, especially a town and city of Houston. I recruited it for years. What's your chances just recruiting the inner city there in Houston, in the hub, and winning right there without even having to really go too far?
I think you guys have went out on me. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, we can.
We hear you. You hear us?
You hear us, Coach?
I hear him.
Coach Dishman.
We hear you.
I don't think he can hear us.
Can you hear us, Coach? Maybe restart it, Bailey.
Back in.
Hey, I want to ask him because the Houston alone is talented as shit. It's one of the talented.
You always say that. That's one of your favorite spots to recruit, right?
One of my favorite, man. So I'm curious to see. Maybe Bailey can get him. I don't know if he got a call or not.
From your experience, like, what was Houston best known for as far as like recruits? Like, is there like a certain position group that stood out, or was
everybody? They got everybody. They got everybody. They're very talented in QB. Wide receiver, I would probably say, is one. D-line. If they lacked anything, it might be O-line. But at the same time, they got everything, man. Running backs are unbelievable. There's multiple schools that have it. So, I'm curious to get his take on it. See what happened. See if we lost him or not. But Bailey will figure it out if we can. I know the light's in his way. He's in an old school office. Just so you know, if you've never been to Texas Southern, by the way, it is basically JUCO facilities. Not taking a shot at coach or anything. That's a JUCO facility, and I'm just going to be honest. And Smitty, the stadium is like next to the University of Houston Stadium.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, and the campus. Like, the campuses are right there. Like, it's crazy.
Huh.
Like,
it's
crazy. And it's talented rich as shit, man.
Man, yeah, I see. Yeah, year one and year two. I mean, I saw he came in. I think year before he was there, they were 3-8. I believe so. I think he won 3 games, and his first year there, they won 5 games. So that's why I asked him about rebuilding that culture. I mean, it seemed like he got straight to it as far as bringing in that winning attitude. And, I'm curious to know if we can get him back in, just with the kids today, him being like an OG, played the game at a high level back in the days when it was a different era. I just wonder, has it been tough for him to adjust to today's kids and, the quote unquote softer mentality and not being able to coach them as hard? I wonder, is it the same like that at the HBCU level, or because like he said, they don't have the funds and stuff like that to where you worry about NIL, maybe at the HBCU level, it's still kind of that old school grimy type of environment. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I there's some talent down there, man. Like Galveston Ball at the time had a legendary running back from the Kansas City Chiefs, was the coach there, a good friend of mine. talent like crazy. Then you go to North Shore, and I had a quarterback out of North Shore. Ended up going to Colorado State. Led them to a few titles. And then you got obviously, just at Manville alone, I had 3 NFL wide receivers. So like, I'm curious to ask the same question. I think he's back in figuring out the video now. But yeah, Houston's talented as shit. And then the part about it is you're very close to a talent-rich Louisiana,
right,
that's on that side of things. So
we must be blowing the airways up. Is that what's going on?
Coach, you got us?
This topic, this show is too hot today.
Hey, man, we hot. We hot out there. We hot out there.
Blowing
hey,
up
Coach,
as we speak.
Hell yeah. Right. Hey, Coach, I was asking you, man, about Houston being such a talented, rich area. I used to recruit it for years. Do you just recruit the city, and can you live on just recruiting the city, or do you dabble over it in Louisiana and stuff like that? He lose us again?
I don't think he could ever hear us. Can you hear us, Coach?
Yeah. I can hear you, but his circle is, his block is just steady twirling as a circle, like he's trying to connect.
Oh,
I can hear you and see you.
Coach can hear me, JB. He said he can't hear you because it's like circling like on his side for some reason, like your connection.
Unless his face is one of those circles, just keep twirling.
No,
it just keeps twirling like it's trying to. Oh, there he is. Now I got you guys.
You got me, Coach?
We're blowing up, man. We're blowing the airways up over here.
Hey, I was saying, Coach, do you just recruit inner city Houston, and can you survive on the talented, rich area of Houston, or do you got to go to Louisiana, other places, and just go national now?
No, we go to Louisiana and other places, and we try to get the best talent here at Texas Southern University. But can I survive on Houston alone? Yes, sir, I can survive on Houston alone because it has so much talent, not just in Houston, but the surrounding areas of Houston. So if all the great players of Houston and the surrounding areas stay here and play for Texas Southern football, then I can survive on that. But if those guys decide to go somewhere else, like Texas or Texas A&M or Baylor, then I need to go out to other parts of the country and get guys. So I want to. My main goal before I leave here is to have an all Texas team. Have everybody from my team from Texas.
Wow.
So all the good players, it's okay to stay here and play for your HBCU school. It's okay to cut your own backyard, because everyone always want to go to another backyard and cut someone else's grass. Even though that other school or other area give you more money, it's okay to stay humble and come here at Texas Southern and play.
No doubt. I love it. I actually like it a lot. Real quick, Smitty, I got to ask you, Coach. You played for some legends from Jack Pardee.
Again.
Oh, Smitty, ask him about Jack Pardee and having him play for Buddy Ryan.
Yeah. So can you still hear me, Coach?
I can still hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So JB, he was asking you about some of the legends. You played under Jack Pardee, Buddy Ryan, just during your career. Just talk about what it was like and kind of your experiences from playing under those.
Well, you're out, but I'm going to continue to answer that question. I've learned, even though I played the game for 13 years, I was always watching of how they coach. Guys like Jack Pardee, guys like Nick Saban, Pat Thomas. I always watched those guys and Buddy Ryan. I always watched and looked and see how they coach, what type of coach they are. And from all those guys, even though they was hard-nosed, they was always fair. They treated you the right way. Now, did they get on you on the field? Yes, they did. But off the field, they was nice as possible. They gave you the shirt off their back if they had to. From Nick Saban to Buddy Ryan to Jack Pardee, to Phil Bennett. It's just they would give you the shirt off their back because that's how much they care about you. And as players, sometimes as players, we think that a coach does not care about us because he's yelling at us. But that's just the opposite. I tell players all the time, as a coach, I shouldn't expect more of you than you expect of yourself. If I'm yelling at you all the time, then I expect more of you. If you don't want to take the criticism, then you don't expect yourself to be successful. You don't want to go to the next level. You just want to be okay. And it's not okay to be okay.
Yeah,
No
that's
doubt.
real. No, that's real, Coach. And I got two questions here. I had one quick follow-up to that, and I have another one. I'll switch gears. But to that point, you as a coach in today's era, you know, it's a different time than it was back in the days when you were playing and when you were getting coached. Has it been difficult for you at times of, I guess, adjusting to today's era of players versus the way you were coached? Or I guess, how is it? Are you still that hard-nosed coach today, or have you had to kind of, for lack of a better term, have you had to like soften your approach a little bit?
No, I'm not going to soften my approach. I have to coach the way I've been coached. That's the only way I know how to coach, is the way I've been coached. I can't soften my approach. And it's okay. You know, that's why they have Baskin Robbins ice cream. It's okay. Everybody don't eat the same flavor ice cream. You know, I like butter pecan. You might like strawberry. He might like chocolate.
31 flavors, Coach.
Yeah, everybody got 31 flavors. That's why Baskin Robbins is so successful. And if you don't fit my style, then go somewhere else. I'm okay with that. But I know I have to stay true to myself, because when I stay true to myself and true to my coaches, then we're going to win games. If you want, I yelled at you today and you want to leave, then go for it.
No doubt. Coach, can you hear me again?
I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you, Dion, who's kind of paved this way here at the HBCU level, then he goes to Colorado, and he's a figurehead like yourself. And now Eddie George has got into it. A good friend of mine has got in there, gets a Bowling Green job now, uses that step. We got Michael Vick now coaching. All these guys are moving around now. I don't know if you've seen the beef, but you played the position. You played at a high level. What's your take on the Asante Samuel, Dion Sanders beef online about the T-step and either using it or not using it? I don't know if you care. I have to get your take on it.
Let me say this. Dion is a Hall of Famer, and he's a Hall of Famer for a reason. You know, Dion may not like the T-step because he's fast enough. Everyone can't beat Dion. That's why God made one Dion. Dion don't like the T-step, but he's fast enough to burst out of it. Me personally, I had to do this T-step because I wasn't fast enough to burst out of it. So they're all guys. So you have to teach the guy the way their skill sets are. Dion had a higher skill set, so he don't have to T-step. He was fast enough. He ran a 4.2. He ran 140-yard dash at the combines, and then went out, then ran through the tunnel. So he knew that he was going to get drafted. That's the skill set he has had. God has blessed him with a certain type of skill set. Not everyone is fast as Dion. So to all the corners out there, that if you don't run a 4.2 like Dion, then you have to T-step, be able to get yourself out of the break.
No doubt. Let me ask you this, Coach, to follow up on that.
Dion's a special individual, so he may have to do what they call the bicycle step. It's so many different names. It's crazy.
No doubt. To follow up on that, Coach, let me ask you something.
My DB coaches, Pat Thomas, Rod Perry, they taught me how to T-step, so that's what I've been teaching our players.
And are you mandating that they do it, or are you weighing out their skill set to use it or not?
It's just like It's just like Dion's stance. Other players try that, they get roasted. Dion, you squat down one leg back, you know what I'm saying? He's called it close the gate. He can do that because he has enough speed to catch up. Other players get like that, pull the hip muscle, thigh muscle, and everything else. So you can't do things like that.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Real quick, Coach, can you still hear JB when he talks?
I cannot hear JB. I can see you and hear you though.
Got you. Okay. No worries there. I'll jump in for him. Let's talk about Jerry Glanville. I know that's see, you instantly started laughing as soon as I brought him up here. Just talk about just your experiences, with Jerry, Coach Glanville as a coach. Okay, it's their favorite coaching moment.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Coach Glanville. He's still coaching, and that's one of the coaches I should have put named also as a mentor. Coach Glanville has always been there for me. He's the guy that drafted me. He's the guy that always had that faith and trust in me. Quick story about Coach Glanville, okay? We're at the Jets. I just got roasted by Wesley Walker. I know Wesley Walker hit me with a two-piece, stutter and go, and I just got roasted. Now, You know, the Jets always had a great fan base, and it was my rookie year. I started. Wesley Walker already beat me for 2 touchdowns already, and Coach Glanville came over there and said, "Hey, he's called me Future. Hey, Future, don't worry about it. No one really saw that. No one really saw those touchdowns. Come back the next half. I'm about to pull you right now, but come back the next half and get it going." And crazy me, young me, I was like, okay, well, no one really saw it. I think I can come back and get it together. But Lord behold, it was 70,000 something people there at the Jets, and it was on TV. So I didn't think about none of that. I just came back the next half and got myself together. All because Coach Glanville told me no one really saw it. Even
that's
though
how you do it as a
everyone
coach,
in the
though.
stadium
Yeah.
and everyone on television saw the play.
Oh man, that's an amazing story. But the great coaches do that, right? You know, they want to keep you, keep you locked in. Make sure you're not losing your focus. As a corner, touchdowns can just throw you off, right?
I don't think you can see you now.
Right. That's
You
called
see me?
blowing. I can see you. It's called blowing the airways up, man. We blowing it up.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, man. Hey, we can't thank you enough. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Maybe it's my connection. I'm not really sure because it's raining down here. So every time it rains down here, our Wi-Fi kind of acts up.
No doubt.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Ask him if we can do it again.
Yeah, like maybe another time we could try to like bring you on too, Coach. But we appreciate you, hopping on here, giving us some of that knowledge. We would love to have you back on again. Some other time. It's probably something going on. Who knows with the connection, the Wi-Fi. It's always something with this technology here. But we would love to have you back on, Coach.
Damn. He couldn't hear you. Bailey, let him know.
Yeah, let him know, Bailey. I don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah, let him know, Bailey, that we didn't just hang up on him. But it's in my email. But
I think he's got a number. Bailey could talk to him.
Coach Dishman, no. Coach Dishman coming over. Coach Dishman doing his thing, changing the code. Hey, one thing he said that I like though, JB. He said, "I'm not changing who I am for nobody. I'm a coach hard. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else."
Let me see. Can he hear it? Let me pull him back in real quick, Bailey. Coach. Hey, Coach, you hear me? Yeah, Bailey,
Coach,
hit him up. Hit him up.
Yeah, hit him up, baby.
We'll hit him up privately, man.
It's all good.
Lucy said the weather's stupid down here this morning. Torrential downpour. So maybe he's got bad connection.
It's weather bad everywhere, homie.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Dishman. I knew him as a hell of a legendary player. Now he's coaching. And man, shout out to Chris Dishman for hopping on. We'll get him back on when the weather's better and we can fix this stuff. So Bailey let him know for us. But yeah, legendary career. I think in 90, I think they hired Jack Pardee. And it's crazy because I talked to Jerry Glanville and he's still coaching. I think XFL or UFL or one of those leagues. So it's unbelievable, man.
He's 83 years old, Coach Glanville.
Yeah. Yeah.
83
I think
still coaching. Loves the game. That's
Bailey,
the
you let him know because I still see him back there, so I'll make sure.
Yeah. Just let him know, but young Bailey. But man. So I guess we can switch gears here a little bit, Jason, before we close out the show. You actually kind of loosely brought this up already, but we didn't really dive into it. I need some more information. You said former NFL running back LaShawn Johnson was charged in a massive dogfighting operation. The FBI seized over 190 pit bulls, largest bust of its kind in U.S. history. I know you're a big time dog connoisseur, I would say. Seeing when you saw this story, I guess what were the emotions? Are you pissed off when you see something like this? Is this a shocker? Just a part of the culture? What's your take?
I don't know. I grew up in the same culture. Like we used to fight pits. I'm gonna be real. I said it when Michael Vick got caught up. Not that I'm proud to say it, but like I grew up in it. I didn't fight him particularly, but I was there. We had a ring and all that.
Put money into it, everything, right?
It was cockfights, pit fights. It was all that shit. And then, if you want to be honest, the white folks in this conversation, they put greyhounds down right after they race under the track. They bury 600 to 1,000 greyhounds after they race yearly.
You lying?
No, I'm not. I've done all the research in the dog thing, dog. Listen, I defended Vic when it all happened because I know Do I condone it and all that? No. What I'm saying is,
you understand, like,
it's a
that
different
was just
deal.
the environment. Like, it's not. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, if you don't understand it, then you don't understand it. I'm not gonna sit up here and fucking
try to
yeah. Like, the bottom line is you don't understand it. So, but people take your words and fucking act like, oh. Bottom line is they don't want to know about greyhounds, and I ain't never seen a motherfucker get arrested after they run a greyhound into the ground and then fucking bury him under the track, and they're not dead. Yeah, homie, because they broke a leg or a fucking ligament, or it's like a horse.
Really?
Greyhounds are like horses. Greyhounds are like horses. They cannot recover. So I don't need to redo my research, Dave. You may redo yours and get a profile picture, you fucking shitbird. Why don't you go find out about greyhounds? You can do a simple search real quick. Smitty, you could probably do a simple search and read about it as well. People don't want to break that down at all. They wanted to turn this into an attack. And listen, I'm not condoning anything Michael Vick did. I was appalled as well. But at the end of the day, I also knew what it was. This cat right here, I hold in a different regard, because here's the reason why. You went through the Michael Vick scenario. You saw Michael Vick do it. Like, you can't be this dumb. Like, I said a year. I didn't say 600 a day. Did I, Smitty?
No, you said not a day.
I said a year. You fucking idiot. I said 600 to 1,000 a year. Greyhounds are put down. Maybe more than that, actually. But anyway, Smitty, I used to watch LaShawn Johnson. He was actually a fucking really good player. To be the biggest Pitbull fight ring of all time in United States history? Like, what?
Right. It's like, he the El Chapo of dog fighting.
Here's the reason. This is the problem I have with the dog fighting shit. Now, obviously, we get into the softer culture of things. Again, you don't want to, you want to taste the sausage, but you don't want to know how it's made. You guys would never be able to handle like the truth of the wild on a lion grabbing a zebra and sitting there waiting on a zebra to give birth and then snatching the baby right out the womb and eating it. Like, you don't want to know about the truth of the world. Like you motherfuckers do not want to know how the real world operates. And the truth of the matter is, you wonder why pit bulls get a bad rap. It's because of this. And I'm just be honest, because a lot of these pit bulls, out of 190 being seized, a lot of them will be thrown into the adoption world if they're not put down, right? They'll be put in adoption world. And what happens is you adopt them. Everyone wants a pit bull. Everyone wants to save a pit bull. That's the new thing, right? We'll save a pit bull. What happens is when you've been fought your entire life, you become part of the wild. Pit bull is an instinctive animal just like any animal. They are now part of the wild. When you adopt them, yeah, they want to be loved, homie, but they also have been fought for 2 or 3 years of their life. And guess what? You wonder why they bite someone when you don't raise them from a puppy on. That's why you never can adopt a pit bull unless they're a puppy. Right. Don't fucking try it. You're not experienced enough. I've been doing it for fucking 35, 40 years, raising pits. Listen, the stories I have, I don't even want to break it down, but the bottom line is you wonder why they have a bad rap. To me, they're the best dog ever created. They're the best dog around kids. They're the best dog, period. But you see all the negativity of it, and then we got guys like this who only make it worse for guys like me who defend it. Now, I look like the liar criminal because I'm defending a pit bull, which you just saw a video of him biting a kid or something. Like, well, as soon as thing I see, Smitty, every time I ask, what did the motherfucker do? Smitty sent me something the other day. I'm like, what the owner do?
Every time you say that.
It's the owner, homie. Ain't the dog. Fucking. By the way, Dalmatians bite more kids than pit bulls every year. Look it up. Akitas, really? Worst dog. Akitas are the worst dog around kids in the world. Look it up. Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, way worse around kids than pits. Nobody want to talk about that. But it is what it is. They just see pits, and that's the bottom line. It is what it is. I'll always defend the Pit. I think they're the best dog in the world. But this guy's a fucking idiot. And for you to have the issue out there that Vic already went through this, and for you to do it, even at a triple scale, shows me that you're just a fucking shitbird. That's all I can really say about it.
Well, hey, you're a dog expert. You said that eloquently. I don't really have too much to add. You know, you guys know I'm not really a dog guy. I don't have any pets in my house, and I'm more of a cat guy anyway. I think cats are smarter. I think cats are faster. I think cats are better. I think cats train themselves. I think cats knows where to use the bathroom. They don't lose their mind to go grab you and grab their chain so you can take them outside. A cat is a grown man or a grown woman. They know where to go pee, doo-doo. They clean up after themselves. They go, you know, where to eat. They take care of themselves and they communicate properly. So, you know, so that's where I'm at. And yeah.
Like people don't know the history, Smitty. Like, I'll give you a history lesson real quick. Like, Pitbulls are bull terriers, really. That's the lineage they come from. They're like a 19th century or some shit. British, like they were created, they say, in the British Isles. And it's a cross between a bulldog and a terrier. And they were bred, Smitty, originally to for bull baiting. And then later for dog fighting. And that's just the truth of it in a history lesson. They're basically a UK dog, originated, some say, back to the 1800s, 19th century, whatever you want to say. But the reason they got the name Pit Bull is because they used to throw them in rings with bulls for pure entertainment. So you would buy a ticket for the family and go out and see this dog that you didn't know much about in the British Isles go up against a bull in a ring.
What?
Yeah. So they created this dog that was super strong, fast. Tenacious. They had a web feet, by the way, if you don't know. Pit's got web feet. They can swim like no other. They can climb fucking trees. Like the Pit is like no other dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's
better dog. But before we transition, Pit Bull or German Shepherd, though, be real. That's tough.
Why is it tough?
German Shepherd, super smart, super intelligent.
It's smart. So are Pits, though. Pits are smarter than anyone thinks.
Not smarter than German Shepherds naturally.
By the way, people don't really want to know the Pit Bull doesn't reach its full potential because of the trainer doesn't train it to reach its full potential. German Shepherds are more time is spent with them on the cognitive side of things, but a Pit Bull's brain is bigger, which means he can be smarter, and I've seen it firsthand. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been around this game for 35, 40 years, homie. Stogie, on Netflix with me, near and dear to my heart, Ash's dad, was the smartest dog I've ever seen in my entire life. And that goes for any police dog. That goes for any fucking sheep dog. That goes for any dog. He was the smartest dog in the world. I've never seen a dog remember. He fucking remembered, homie.
Wow.
I'll leave it at that because none of you will know what I'm even talking about. The motherfucker remember. He remember, homie. Like, he knew where I put the ball, Smitty, 2 days ago, and came back and opened the door and got the ball out.
R.I.P. to Stogie, man. Legend right there, man. Real quick, we got about 4 or 5 minutes left before I got to hop off and go to this meeting. I want to end the show off about
like 20 minutes long
about this viral topic that's been going on. I got to get JB's opinion on this. What do you think about this guy's morning routine here?
So this guy is a career rushing. He had a career rushing yards, I think, of 32 yards in college. I think on like 13 carries. Never really played much. Wasn't very good. He afterwards he became this social media icon with, I don't know, millions of followers. He's created a brand for himself and wasn't a very good football player. So he looked like Tarzan, played like Jane, and he found his niche. And you should probably be happy about him.
Hey man, shout out to him. You know, I'm always about people being able to transition and then find that next thing in their career. The funny thing about this, though, fun fact that Bailey told me about is that our own guy, Coach Fred, actually coached his kid 10 years ago at Alcorn, and we have a clip,
like 12 years ago. Yeah,
we got a clip with him talking about it real quick. Go ahead and play it real quick, baby.
What
was it? What was he like as a player? Can you kind of talk about his career at Alcorn a little bit? I think he was only there for 2 years or nothing. But did you ever get a chance to talk to him, coach him? What was he like?
Yeah, he was, your typical freshman. He's running back. He's a kid that, has always been put together. He came here put together. He looked like a junior when he came in as a freshman. And the speed the freshman year was just too much. When you come and you got those guys moving at 90 miles an hour.
Pause it real quick. When you say the guy came in and he looked like it's always garbage. And Fred, and I've talked to Fred. I've talked to Fred about it already. You can show more, Bailey. He's always garbage, homie, when you talk about the size of a motherfucker. When you talk about he came in looking like that already.
Nice guy, good grades, look like a junior.
And I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you would see, Barry or Emmett or ED or Bo Jackson or fucking Earl Campbell or fucking, LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Falk, Adrian Peterson do a fucking beauty morning routine. I'm just gonna be honest. It's very, very feminine. I get a bad vibe out of it.
I'm posting my video later today.
Kudos to him, man.
I'm posting my video later today, so I'll be curious to see what you think about it. Make
What
sure you
video?
comment on it.
What video?
I'm posting my morning routine.
That's a Paris. I like Paris. Paris is a very conservative woman. She's a Trumper.
What'd she say? Hey, anybody who worked for you or like anybody that's like from the JV
I'm just
club,
kidding. I don't know that at all
like
about
you.
Paris. I don't know that at all about Paris.
No,
but
I just saw her comment. I'm not talking about that. I just saw her comment.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
tied to you, Bailey, Paris, anybody tied to you act just like you.
And it's like out of like, it's not even like I didn't do the research to find it. Just it's a real recognized real type of saying, right?
He rubbed his face with a banana peel. How you feel about that, homie? Like, is that good for your
He does
skin?
what? He does what?
It's a banana peel. He's rubbing his face with a banana peel. Is that good for your skin? He ate the banana first and then rubbed it with his face.
I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of research on bananas. They're not really good for you. Not really good for you.
Potassium?
Nah, it's not really true potassium, homie. Bananas have been so like like they've been kind of created. I did a lot of research. I'm a big Dr. Sebi guy.
Really?
Yeah. Coach Ward and Freeway Rick introduced me to him years ago. They were really close with him. And he said, "Don't ever eat a banana."
You lying, homie?
I'm not lying at all. Bananas are very, very overrated, and they're actually not good for you. They actually constipate you. And they actually they aid in the blood clotting process. They're not going to give you blood clots. I'm just saying they aid in the process. Now, broccoli's different, D. Jones. Broccoli's actually good, but too many people overcook broccoli because they want it softer, and you've cooked out all the nutrients. You need to make broccoli hard. You can still
see it raw. Yep.
It needs to be a little harder.
That's true.
But I don't eat broccoli no more. I eat broccolini.
The long ones.
Broccolini is still natural at its from its root. Broccoli has been manufactured again. Broccoli's been redone, and it's a lot of shit. But anyway, a lot of shit. But I got a video of a girl near and dear to my heart.
40 seconds.
Yeah. And let's show it. What's wrong, homie?
Nothing.
Can we hear the music just for like the intro part? I want to hear what it's.
God is watching me. It's my anxiety.
I hate this show, man. Like,
I don't understand what's wrong. I think it's.
I love it. Sometimes it's fun. I'll be excited, but it's always like a moment where I'm like, "Wow, this show's crazy." Like, I'm on crazy. This is the crazy. I've been on a lot of shows, man. I've done live TV. I've done interviews. This is the craziest show I've ever been on in my life.
If she comes in the room and just says, "Smitty, turn out the lights and bring me over," what would you Would you bend her over, homie?
It's 9 o'clock, y'all. Got a meeting. Hey, man, y'all close out the show with JB and Bailey. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Thank y'all for support. Make sure you hit that follow button, subscribe. I'm going to hop into this Zoom meeting right now before it's too late. And I'm going to see y'all boys tomorrow, man.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Free game Friday. Peace.